Welcome, everyone, to Constructed Chaos, where we run our D&D live streams every single Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Not actually every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Just a little joke there. We do have a pretty regular stream now running on Mondays. That is our Chat Plays D&D stream. If you guys are interested in that, I see Russell Mooney is here in the chat. He is a regular over there. He knows what it's like. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys typically watch us on Wednesdays or Saturdays, definitely catch us then on Mondays. But also, make sure to check out our friends over at Tabletop Beard. Tonight, I have the Fighter Beard Oil, because we have a fighter here in this campaign. It smells like smoked oud and steel. And honestly, it's one of my favorites. We keep the Ranger and Fighter Beard Oils on repeat order in this household. It's the perfect smoky scent, and honestly, it's even though it can be a little musky, it gets me feeling fresh every time. So if you guys want to, check out the Fighter Beard Oil, you can head over to Tabletop Beard's website. The link is in the description below, and you can use code CHAOS20 for 20% off of your entire order. You can also check out this awesome comment that we had from our good friend Dwayne Bradway. I'm going to say your name right this time. Dwayne Bradway. He said, "This was an amazing session. You guys are awesome. I really enjoy all of your stuff. Congrats on being epic." Dwayne, congrats to you on being epic, my friend. You are a wonderful, wonderful person to leave such nice comments on our videos. I'm glad you're enjoying the adventures, and I'm glad all of you in chat are here to enjoy this campaign along with us. Do also check out our friends over at Darkport. They stream on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time, and their link is also in the description. But I think that's just about everything. I'm not going to keep us waiting before we roll into...
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Yeah.
The final drow guardsman crumples onto the floor, their lips still bound by cruel thread, silenced forever. Around you, the starry apparitions of your allies begin to flicker, one by one. The echoes dim and vanish. You blink awake, your mind still ringing from the strain. But for one of you, the dream is not over yet. Within the dungeons of Nycerin, a gaunt snow-elven warrior remains with you, no longer imprisoned, but not yet freed. The queen will learn of your escape before long. You'll be hunted now, not just by her, but by whatever twisted fate she's welcomed in. You sense that she is not the only danger lurking in the Underdark. Something comes for you all. And from it, no place is safe.
Welcome back, everyone. Hey. So now that our chat has seen the intro, and all of you have seen the intro, we pick up right where we left off. The chill of the cathedral brushes against your skin as you and Amar stand mere steps away from the double doors leading out from the dungeons. Braziers burn low, distorted hallways whistle empty, and the muted consorts are now nowhere in sight. Still, silence is unsettling, and you know that there are eyes and ears everywhere in this place. Every footstep feels loud, every breath like a beacon, especially now that your allies have disappeared. What would you like to do?
I will immediately begin to stick to the shadows, kind of get to the side. And I think double checking I don't have anything else.
We'll start off with a stealth check.
Perfect.
We know that for sure.
I don't know which D20s are going into jail tonight.
You'll have to find out.
You yourself are in jail, so...
You have some good chat rolls.
I'm free, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, well, I pulled up the regular notes.
I have... What are you looking for?
Nothing. I just noticed that as well. 7 stealth, 8.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's.
How does it make you feel that you're just as stealthy as Ogadar?
Sorry,
You
just kicked her in the face.
you take a moment to catch your breath, and maybe the realization that your allies are not here to stay, and that you are still indeed in pretty deep water here. You've gotten out of your cell, but not out of the dungeons necessarily. You begin to panic a little bit. That makes you clumsy. As you begin to fumble with your belongings, trying to figure out what you can reasonably use to escape this place, drop a few things on the floor. Amar circles around, having rolled actually better than you on his stealth, and begins to pick things up. No good way out of this place. I'm afraid we're not going to have much time.
No, we definitely won't. A good way out of this place? No, I don't think that really exists, being a prison. I have a feeling there's going to be a direct one front door, and then we figure it out from there.
This door's the only way I know out of here, at least. I was unconscious when I was brought here, so I'll rely on your direction. He looks a bit nervous, seeing you shaken as you are.
Should we? I am going to cast and start concentrating on detect thoughts.
Okay.
The chuckle.
I'm just hoping that has an adverse effect, and you just start hearing our thoughts like in intensity.
My machinations!
Ogadar's like, man, I really hope they like me.
1 rock, 2 rocks, 3 rocks.
Are you by the 5th rock or the 6th rock?
Yeah, what rock are you by? Mainly for the sense thoughts concept of it. To just know if anybody's within 30 feet to kind of, I guess, prepare to stealthily move past that point.
As you cast your spell, you do feel your senses widen in a way that almost feels like your inner monologue reaches further. It's hard to explain this sensation, but you at least are familiar with it, and you don't pick up anyone in the immediate 30 feet. You are still somewhat, maybe we'll say 10, 15 feet off from the doorway that leads into the much larger chamber, the main area of the cathedral.
Well, so it doesn't seem like there's anybody on the opposite side of the doors.
No, well, the doors are open. I can see that myself.
We hear him say that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you hear in your head.
when you left, the muted consort that you guys felled, the last one, he had gotten the door open but couldn't shout, couldn't say anything.
His mouth
His mouth is sewn shut. And you guys were able to.
Yeah, remember I carried you up the stairs.
I keep having to remind myself that I hate you in this session.
It is. Right. We can figure
Yeah.
out. Okay, I would like. I'll say his name again. Amar.
Amar.
Amar. Maybe we should both peek around a door, see if we see anybody. Because he was trying to open these doors to like scream and let people know. But there's gotta
Certainly
be
seem to be looking for aid.
somebody in the vicinity.
I'd imagine so. This place, I'm sure, is crawling with her people.
Let's maybe not bring up how many people. Let's.
Right. All right.
Yeah. Let's.
I'll cover this side. He stands to the right side of the door, his back to the wall, ready to kind of peek his head around, almost like a quick glance. You can tell he's militarily trained. He's being very efficient with his movements and his plans.
Okay.
Stand on the opposite side?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will. Yeah, if I can, I will ready the action to cast Minor Illusion.
Mhm.
If like we peek around and somebody is kind of like looking in the direction, I'll like immediately pull back and cast an illusion of how we were seeing each other in our minds, like
Okay.
not a figure, but like kind of a shadowy shape. I'm gonna make it of Tilda.
Where specifically? Because if you put that right next to you, that's bad.
Well, I was gonna have it. I was thinking I would probably have it running like out of the door. So this chamber, is there like one door, another door that like leads out somewhere? Can I see?
You've been in this chamber before.
Mhm.
You remember excruciatingly so the directions you were taken by the muted consort when you were led down into your cell. This chamber is the main floor of the cathedral, and it's a very large room, but there is a large set of doors on the far side that would allow you to enter the city proper.
Okay, I am going to. I'm assuming the doors are like right here, then straight ahead, right here.
It's to the left, but
That's fine.
yeah.
Basically, I'm gonna have Tilda's little shadowy figure go run, not towards the door,
Mhm.
kind of like around, almost like they're trying to skirt the wall.
Okay.
If anybody notices the figure,
Got it.
I'll have the figure like duck down to hide,
Mhm.
and then at that point, I'll probably have released the spell. Whenever they get over there, I would dart to the doors.
Okay. Understood.
It has to be less than 5 foot.
The axe gets cut off as she's carrying.
It's just a pole.
You narrow yourself against the wall opposite Amar, and he kind of gives you a nod as the both of you peer around the side. Make a perception check. See what you notice.
Nothing. The door appears to be closed still.
Okay. With your 16 and Amar's
Shadow.
18 on the die,
Good
Uh,
job. Okay.
you're looking out towards the door because you're on the left side, and you don't see anyone in that direction. And as you kind of pull yourself back in, Amar kind of glances and he holds up a single figure. You kind of like peer around the corner without exposing too much of your body, and you can see from the far side of the chamber, a figure emerges from the gloom, their robes trailing like ink in water. A muted consort freezes as they make their way towards the bottom of the stair and kind of glance across the room. You hear their thoughts as they get closer to the doorway. Their surface level thoughts, at least, are thinking, "Step lightly. Don't draw attention. Don't upset her. Step lightly. Don't draw attention. Don't upset her." After a moment, they turn and begin to walk the other way, the opposite direction from your door. You feel like now may be as good a time as any to try and make for the other door.
Look over at Amar and I'm, step lightly, don't draw attention, don't make her mad. And then I start
You start stomping through the room.
barefoot.
Me walking through my house every day. Stomping.
You and Amar
My whole family.
move quite swiftly through the main chamber. You never turn to look back to see if this muted consort has noticed you because you'd rather not know. You're not necessarily quiet in your movements, but you feel as though you've waited long enough that they have maneuvered off somewhere else and may not have noticed you. And surprisingly, the rest of this cathedral chamber is empty. You slip beyond the cathedral doors and into the open air. Above, the cavern's ceiling stretches into black, dotted faintly by luminous fungi. Ahead, the walls of Nisarin rise like jagged thorns, and with your prior perception check, you and Amar together both notice that by some luck, one of the main gates remains open. But they may not stay that way for long. What do you do? That is a ways off. So,
Is the cathedral ever normally empty?
make a, we'll say history check. I feel like it's probably the best thing to use for that.
You're hitting all my plus zeros.
Hell yeah.
16.
With your
Dice.
16, you know, you're not entirely sure how empty the cathedral typically is, but you know that, especially since the incident, people are only allowed to enter when invited. So it's likely that it may have been busier before the entrance or the incident, but you know now
It's not weird.
why the matron might not want people around.
Milling around.
Yeah.
Got it. Kind of the same thing. I'll, between detect thoughts and just kind of a glance around, between me and Amar, just make sure that there's no, like, obvious people around.
Mhm.
And then if there's nobody, like, very obviously, like, walking up or right there, well, I just get out.
He catches you as you start to move away and kind of like ducks around the corner away from the main doorway of the cathedral, so you're relatively obscured from sight. And I don't think we can just walk through the city, not with me the way I am. I see a path that way. Not sure how safe that is, but it looks less populated, perhaps. And as he sort of points his finger, you can see that he's indicating towards a somewhat abandoned part of town that really caught the brunt of the Far Realm pulses when the shard was stolen.
Okay.
So you ascertain that like that's a pretty quiet part of town, but it could be dangerous for other reasons. It's up to you what you'd like to do with that information.
Can you cast Minor Illusion on somebody?
This is a pretty big source of contention because it kind of steps on the disguise self spell. I would allow when you cast Minor Illusion. In my mind, a lot of the time it is very hard to conform that onto
Clothes or something.
Yeah.
When to like follow a person's movements.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna say you might be able to do something as like a last-ditch effort, but I don't think that would be something you can reasonably rely on for a long period of time.
No, I would take the safer route. Or arguably safer with less people in it anyway.
Okay.
And also, if it's a little bit more dangerous, they are less likely to follow. So,
Makes sense. Then you and Amar slip away from the cathedral. You pass under the shadowed arch where the upper tiers of the city once stood tall, but now this district lay abandoned. Having absorbed the brunt of the Far Realm's influence when the shard was activated, a watchtower looms ahead, half collapsed, its upper level crumbled into a cascade of debris that blocks the main road. What would you like to do?
Be out of the city, free from harm. No.
I would like to leave now.
say that one more time for me.
You see up ahead that one of the old watchtowers has crumbled and the debris is sort of blocking the road. You imagine it. You can definitely scale it, but it might not be a extremely easy task. I'm not sure if you have any ideas as to exactly how you want to approach that.
No, I mean I could misty step on top of it or something, but that's about it. Amar, do you have the ability to scale this on your own or get past this point?
I don't have much with me. What I had, they took. I managed to pull this off of one of the consorts, and he holds out a short sword that he did swipe from one of them.
Okay. Are you like capable is what I'm trying to ask you.
I'm
To be
quite physically capable. I feel weak. I haven't eaten in some days, but I can manage.
Great. How tall is the rubble?
About 15 feet. And it's sloped well enough that you think you'd be able to clamber to the top. It might make, a little bit of noise, but certainly not anything that would draw attention in this district.
Yeah, I'll try to climb it.
Okay.
Before I expend any.
Make an athletics check for me.
Interesting. That's one.
Hey.
Moving up in the world.
Are you moving up in the world?
Not moving up on this rubble. Okay, 5.
Okay. You and Amar both rolled particularly poorly on this. And as you begin to scale the rubble, you feel your foot beginning to lose its grip. You slide back down the rubble and collide with Amar as both of you tumble into a sort of lopsided structure off to the side of the tower that it appears to have fallen into. Within this, you both feel a pressure exerted from your surroundings, the walls, the floor, the ceiling. You can see the wood that once made up this place is swirled and connected in odd ways that is unbefitting typical lumber. It continues to move. It continues to swirl. You and Amar both are going to take 1d6 psychic damage. Amar takes 1. But after you've kind of grown accustomed to the surroundings and you see Amar is able to shake it off reasonably well, perhaps gaining a bit of resistance from his time with the gibbering mouthers, you look around and you see remains of former guards, some barely recognizable. One body has twisted in odd ways, transmuting into a sponge-like material. Another's limbs taper into the stone itself, fused as though the city tried to absorb them.
We all made the same face.
You can
said
either
sponge, we
continue
all went,
on, or if you'd like to check that out, you can.
Ew.
There a chip, a napkin, and a coin sitting in front of this one.
Shut the fuck. No, I don't think would investigate it. I think he would try to keep moving as fast as he could.
Okay. After this close encounter and understanding that it's only a matter of time before your escape is discovered, you move swiftly. And in no time, you find an abandoned market up ahead. Still clinging to memories of life, torn awnings flutter loosely, their colors unnaturally vibrant, as if stained by dreams instead of dye. A large plant lay near one of the shops. Its sharp-toothed and bulbous head separated from its now withered body. Webbing spans the entire thoroughfare in fine silvery lines. And just past this tangle of half-reality, you glimpse salvation. The city's gate yawns open, not far beyond the market's end. What do you do?
Are there any? Are this? You say market? Is it like kind of like stall open?
Very much sort of like a street market. Lots of different street vendors. However, it's been completely abandoned, and a lot of what you can see is once again distorted in weird ways. Colors mismatched. Parts of the structures blend and bend into each other. Some of the wood looks like it's melted. Some of the stone looks like it has twisted into its own, in the shape of a wave, almost.
I do still think. I think I would probably still go, like if there's street stalls, I would probably still try to walk like as much as I could on the inside of the stalls.
Okay.
So if there is anybody looking, or for some reason, I don't know if she would send something that could fly above us to like be kind of, scoping the area out. I'll just try to stay covered and tucked aside.
Okay. Make a perception check as you and Amar sort of try and navigate this section of the city.
Jesus. 7.
With a 7, you and Amar both maneuver through the stalls, occasionally bumping into some what might have been goods at one point, now some unrecognizable object, a small figurine falls onto the ground, and instead of shattering like brittle stonework, it bounces up like a rubber ball.
What is the figurine of?
This particular figurine would be of the matron, pre-disfiguration. However, it too has been distorted to the point where if you hadn't lived here before, you probably wouldn't have known what it was.
I'm going to grab it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked him what it was, and I saw him look down at his computer, and I was like, there's no reason you should have a description for that.
Clever.
You get to the gate, and there's a weird disfigured matron-like hole that you need to fit something.
There's a weird figurine hieroglyph that you pushed in.
You bend down to grab this figurine, and as you make contact standing back up, you feel something taut against the back of your head.
Okay.
Suddenly,
You get scalped.
without warning, that taut thread snaps. You feel it whistle around the front of your head. You see silver lines sort of dangling and twisting like a web.
Oh, no.
Space folds in on itself with
I
a
don't know
sickening
what it is.
snap. From the tear in reality, a giant spider bursts forth, its many legs skittering across the cobblestone as its bulbous, translucent body pulses with unnatural
I thought it was a
light.
tripwire, but this is worse.
Fangs
I thought it was
dripping
like
with
a
venom click
head.
together with the crackle of psionic static. I'm going to have you and Amar roll for initiative here.
What is this?
The psychic spider.
A psychic.
Thank you.
spider. It's like the spiders
It's a
I brought
psych-
upon us on
psych-
our
We
last
have
one.
Oh, God.
Let me know when you're ready. We have a lot to keep track of with all of our initiatives.
Oh. Yeah. Mostly just turn on the lights so that chat can see what you're staring down now.
Someone asked how many campaigns we have running, and I said 4 if you count Chat Plays D&D. And Jason96 said, of course we count that
Oh,
one.
we definitely
I
count
was like,
that one.
okay, we have 4 then.
Absolutely. This is...
I also found a spider in our bathroom today for like the second time since we've owned
That's
this
why he's doing
house. He brought spiders into our home. He brought spiders into our marriage.
What'd you roll, 13. Okay, 13. So as this spider lunges out at you, it is going to connect with you first. I'm going to grab your mini from you here.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Was that there the whole time?
No, I just dropped it.
Oh, great. Okay.
You're like, how did that?
I was like, I literally had to do this, and I would have known.
It lunges out at you, its pincers clicking together with pretty impressive speed, and it's actually going to bite you twice, or attempt to. One is a 9 to hit, the other is a non-natural 20.
Silver barbs. No.
I think it is.
Okay. As that second bite hits, it sort of uses the first to back you into a corner. You feel yourself butted up against a stall with nowhere to run. It sinks those pincers deep into you, and you're going to take 8 points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage.
It's nothing. Actually, in our last campaign,
You're still up?
on Wednesday, I got dealt 45 in one turn. In 3 turns, I was down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went from 113 to like 42. And they were like, it was bad.
Yeah.
And they were like, who's hurt? And you were like, me.
I'm dead.
But for like level 3, that is a lot.
Feel the searing pain
level
seeping
4.
through your veins. You feel yourself going dizzy, almost as if your joints are beginning to lock up in response to this poison, but you're not quite to the point where you're going to fall. Following the phase spider's turn, seeing they are needed in this moment, Amar is going to leap into action, rushing forward with that short sword that he pulled off of the muted consort, making 2 attacks of his own. Let's see. Both attacks are going to hit as he deals 10 points of slashing damage on each of them. So 20 points total as he drives his short sword into the abdomen of the spider, and then as he pulls it out, follows his momentum, carrying it around his back and then slicing off one of its legs. As it sort of like chitters backwards. It is now your turn. The spider is recoiled somewhat, but is still there in front of you, threatening your very life. What would you like to do, Er?
Perfect. I am going to look over at the spider, kind of grasping my side, raise a hand, and there's no really speech to it, but you kind of just hear a and I'll cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Is that a wisdom save?
Save. I hope it's not the one.
That doesn't look smart by that. Yeah, that's an 8 on the wisdom save.
Great.
That passes, right?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
As
If it did, he built a bad spellcaster.
Yeah.
hearing the frequency of the spider's hiss as it recoils, you understand what it has come to know as pain. Using that dissonant whisper, you push pain into their tiny spider brain. How much damage are they taking?
11 psychic damage. Has to use its reaction to move away from me.
Okay. With that, the spider is actually going to rush away.
It's only 7 legs, right?
With only 7 legs, it's going to try and get as far away as it can. Since it is choosing to leave the range, you and Amar are both going to get opportunity attacks. Amar just crit. So that's a good sign.
It's my boy. 17 plus 3 to my deck, 20.
30?
Okay.
Come on.
That will also hit. How much damage are you doing? I want to know.
2. I thought a little D4 roll of 1.
Amar's hits normally do 10. With a crit, it is 17. And so as the spider is rushing away, Amar actually drives the sword once again up the backside of its abdomen. You see it beginning to curl up and crunch into that sort of fetal spider position. And you rush up and just...
Yeah. I look over at Amar and you see what I did?
I saw you handled
This is
yourself
why
pretty well
Wisp
there.
hates you.
I knew these things existed. I didn't know they'd be within the city.
I just touched the little figurine.
I imagine these webs are feelers for them. I thought maybe it'd just been abandoned for that long.
Oh, I hadn't considered that. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Feeling the danger has passed, you and Amar continue forward.
Do I still have the statue?
You do still have the statue. And
Statue of limitations?
Does not exist at infinity.
and you do feel the both the stress and physical wear of just getting from the cathedral to this doorway, but finally, ahead, the gate remains open. But freedom is not so easily claimed. You pause just short of the final street, and there, in the wide stone archway of the outer wall, a handful of guards loiter with uneasy stillness. One of them accepts a bound scroll from a muted consort. The consort waits in silence as the scroll is broken and unrolled. The guard skims it and glances up with a faint nod. No words are exchanged, but something has just been set in motion. The guards return to their posts, overlooking the doorway, and the muted consort walks back in the direction of the cathedral.
So the guards don't leave. They stay there.
The guards do not leave. It makes sense that there would be a guard presence here, especially at a open gateway into the city. I'm not sure exactly how to handle this.
What makes you say you don't know?
Well,
I know exactly how to handle this.
How do you handle it?
To be determined.
Do some stuff.
Earlier,
You weigh your odds. Too many guards to force a way through. But then, a voice from a side alley. Stepping into view, someone you recognize. an old acquaintance, cloaked in travel-worn.
Oh. Is this one of my people?
This is Velstrin Kalaith, one of your cult members. He steps forwards, hands raised. Why the dog, you're alive. I heard the matron had taken you. How did you get away? And what are you doing with him? He points to Amar.
Okay. So here's the part where I debate if I bring up fake god. Ogdar.
I forgot about that.
How could you?
Did I tell them?
I think we might have heard you.
No, not
Right?
y'all. Did I tell the?
I don't think you did.
I'm trying to. I don't think I did tell them.
Okay.
I'm on a pilgrimage. I received a oracle from a.
Long pause.
Received a telekinetic oracle from a god beyond our mortal reach, and he has sent me on his way. Why he has asked me to save this heathen, I do not know.
Wait, you have a connection with someone else?
Make a deception check. I'll say with advantage because this is one of your cult members. You've definitely lorded power over them before.
Hey, Ogador, I really need the focus right now.
You just hear.
You mean we're not your only friends?
1922.
Hey.
That was a +3.
Oh, we have a nat 20 in chat.
Oh, I'll be using that
Thanks,
shortly.
Ira.
Oh.
Apparently, YouTube has changed the way
Ira.
display names happen. Like, it's not just our stream.
It's
Oh, yeah.
weird.
That is Ira.
Okay.
Just rolled a nat 20.
Thanks YouTube for the,
Yeah.
the new weird thing that
Yeah.
you're doing.
Oh wait, who is that? Darius Rex?
Darius Rex is Ira.
Whoa.
Got it.
Yeah, they said that. They told me that in the chat a second
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah. I
They're
said
like, now
I
that
for
YouTube
their
has
name.
changed. I was like,
Well,
now
and
we
if
have to remember the
if you
other.
hit go to channel, it brings you to and shows their display. Anyway,
Your friend, Velstrin, waits on bated breath for you to finish telling him exactly what you're doing. And you see his eyes sort of fall away from you, almost as if he is unworthy to look upon you. His mouth open, his expression aghast. He places a hand over his chest. You are a good man then. Take this heathen at the request of a god you do not know. But I understand why you would do such a thing. Perhaps they will grant you more power. Perhaps more power will flow to nicer end. Perhaps you can recurry your favor with the Queen. Heard some terrible things about her.
we should not talk about that.
Of course.
In the open.
Perhaps she can be saved. Perhaps you will be the one to do it.
I
If you need
believe
to
that
leave.
this oracle is telling me.
I can help.
No, yeah, we definitely need a way out.
All right.
There's about a dozen guards over there, and if they see me, or especially him,
Can you still do
Boots
that
Gray,
thing with the mind?
he hears in his mind, yes.
All right. Can I speak back to you that way?
Yes. And I'll form a telepathic bond with him that will last for 4 minutes, and it goes for like 4 miles or something like that.
Give me a moment. I'll distract them. Pull them away.
Just-
I'll signal when the coast is clear.
And I put my hand on his shoulder and I, be safe, my friend.
Do we hear
Put in a good word for me with your god, eh?
Oh, absolutely. But
Right.
do not believe this is the last time we will meet, brother.
Brother.
Feel it in my soul that we will come to meet again. He aways as he moves towards.
As soon as this conversation finishes, out loud I say, guys, I swear I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we hear the telepathic communication as well?
Bad guys don't have
Uh,
to say they're not
you-
bad guys.
Yeah, you would hear
Good guys.
The telepathic
Yeah.
communication.
as long as they're within a certain range. Yeah.
Well, like the 4-mile range?
Sorry,
The
no,
no. Okay.
You don't hear that unless he wants you to.
Gotcha.
I understand.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I was gonna try to conference in on your call.
That I wouldn't let happen.
New
Amar,
friends?
Hearing it, don't super
Exactly.
care. Yeah.
Amar, having witnessed this, is looking at you with this perplexion across his face. Is, who the hell are you?
Listen, Amar, we will talk about that later. Honestly, we have a whole
We
lot
don't have
to deal
time.
with right now. Yeah, we do not have the time.
Did you not tell him your name?
After but a moment longer, you do hear Velstron's voice in your head. Go now. I don't know how I can keep them away for very long.
It's 3 miles. Oh, great. And as soon as I grab Amar and let's go.
All right. You two rush through the open gates of Nysarin, moving quickly across the plateaus that surround, connected by stony bridges overlooking this purple mist that seeps up from deep within the Underdark. You rush for what feels like hours, and after several hours, the light of Nysarin fades behind you, swallowed by the endless stone of the Underdark. The vast tunnels echo with the drip of water and the shifting of unseen things. Never silent, never still. Even here, far from the Queen's reach, you know you're far from safe. And that is where we will move on to...
End our session.
Yeah. Thank you, all of you, for coming.
Iris said Algador the monogamous meets telepathic polyamory.
That's funny.
Hilda. Morning breaks across the frostbitten peaks of Vern as you and Ilsevel round the final bend. The wind sharp, but not unbearable. Ahead, the quarry emerges from the mountainside like a clenched fist, its bold gray stone peeking out from the range's shadow. A thin trail of smoke curls into the air from within its walls, steady and watchful. Figures patrol the ramparts above, their silhouettes crisp against the pale sky, their heads turning as the two of you draw near. Halt! State your business. State your name.
My name is Tilda, and I am searching for one of our lost merchants.
And you've come here to the quarry then?
Yes.
Well, I assure you the merchants aren't here.
I just need to pass through.
On whose authority? And as before you can answer, Ilsevel speaks up. Soldier, you should know that you speak now to Lady Ilsevel Varellin, sister of Lord High... Open the gate! Like, instantly. With a nod from the sentry, heavy gears groan to life, and the stone-reinforced gate begins to rise. Chains rattle through iron hoops as the portcullis lifts inch by inch, revealing a shadowed tunnel beyond. Warmth spills from within, carrying the scent of oil and iron. The same guard from the rampart steps from a staircase on the right and greets you with a rushed military gesture. Your brother said that we might expect you here. A raven arrived just before you did. Come, the commander would like a word. You follow in?
Yeah.
Okay. The stone corridor that you tread upon echoes with the steady clink of boots as you're led deeper into the quarry. To your left, the passage opens into a wide training yard where soldiers spar using dulled blades and exchange banter between drills. But before you step any further, a voice from the ramparts rings out. Lieutenant! Another figure approaches from the south! They appear to be on horseback! Your escort halts mid-step, glancing toward the gate with a furrowed brow. Supplies, maybe? Shouldn't arrive for another 2 days. Wisp. The wind bites at your cheeks as you guide Dolly across the frostbitten expanse of Olskana, the snow crunching beneath her hooves in a slow, steady rhythm. Your breath fogs in the air as your eyes fix on the jagged silhouette of the quarry ahead. Through your psychic tether to Tilda, you catch the faint echo of the soldier's voice, curious, uncertain. You squint just in time to see figures scrambling along the ramparts, pointing in your direction. Seems your arrival hasn't gone unnoticed.
I want to say in my head to Tilda, can you tell him I'm with you?
Yeah. I think she's bringing in supplies for me. She was following us in case we got lost or injured.
It's coming up around from the south, though.
Yes.
You guys were sure ready to take up
Tell
for
him,
each other.
Tell him I must have gotten lost. She's not good at directions.
Our horse is a little stupid.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. I like this explanation.
That is in my head constantly because I watched it
16.
the other day.
You get to roll with advantage. You might get higher.
You never know.
16.
Actually.
The lieutenant, who regards you now, snow elven woman in chainmail and a soldier's garb, a soldier's tunic, now turns back to the ramparts. Let her in. I believe she's with these two.
Yeah, I'm with them.
You say as you round the corner, walking in through the door, riding tall on Dolly. Wisp, what do you look like right now? What shape are you?
Humanoid, but like just regular human.
Regular.
Regular degular human.
Regular degular.
Okay.
I have a hood on, and I think I had said I have I'm wearing a mask.
Okay.
So you can't see anything really but my eyes. But I look like a regular human.
As your eyes are the
Size-wise.
only things exposed, that is where your eyes are drawn, Tilda. And as your eyes meet across the snow-dusted courtyard, something shifts. Like two stars orbiting each other, finally joining their light. The hum of voices, the clang of steel, even the wind itself seems to hush. You recognize her, though you've never met in person. Your pulse quickens as the psionic tether between you flares. You feel it rise in your chest, your fingertips. The strange effervescence is a surge of something shared.
We in love.
I mean, like,
I hope we feel that way when we meet each other.
Did they just meet? Oh, I mean, we must be close to each other.
You guys are getting like all kinds of crazy whining feedback from as he speaks.
I can guarantee we will not feel this way.
Ugg won't feel this way about me.
You and I.
did not say
that was never an option.
No, clearly you two are meant to be.
Or I will be very excited when we meet.
I can't wait to meet you.
As you approach Ilsavel, Tilda, and this lieutenant, the lieutenant now motions to someone else who's walking towards you and your horse. This is our stable master. I'll take care of your horse.
Take really good care of her. She is a longtime friend of mine.
Of course.
Thank you. Shh. Yeah, I owe someone money still, but she's a longtime friend.
Right, that's what it was.
Okay. You dismount and allow the stable hand to move the horse away. As the lieutenant sort of eyes you, don't worry. You can visit her whenever you like.
Great. I'm kidding.
Now, follow me. The commander doesn't like to wait. You're led away from the courtyard, through a narrow corridor of torchlit stone until a door marks its end. The soldier knocks unceremoniously before swinging it open into a chamber marked by maps, ledgers, the faint smell of ink and iron. Inside, the apparent commander's quarters are colder than you might have expected. The window is thrown wide into the morning air. At the desk sits a pale half-orc, bare-chested despite the chill, his skin almost ghostly in the light. Papers drift lazily from his desk to the floor, caught in the wind like falling leaves. He doesn't seem to notice, or perhaps he just doesn't care. The escorting lieutenant snaps to attention with a crisp salute, but the commander merely groans, lifting a hand in tired acknowledgement. His sharp eyes flick briefly towards you before he waves the lieutenant away with a nod. Your guide returns to her post, closing the door behind you as the commander stands. Welcome to the quarry. I'm Commander Ishar. Who among you is Tilda? Tilda, I've been instructed to have you escort Lady Ilsevel back to Keld for her safety. What? No, he can't do that. I've come here of my own accord. You have any objections? Are you saying anything in this moment?
I already didn't want her to come with me.
You didn't want me to come?
No,
Oh, girl.
Yes.
Ilsevel.
Now they're basically saying, "Hey, go back."
Uh-huh.
It's because now they're basically saying, "Hey, go back."
I'm trying to decide if it's worth telling him Amar's alive.
You'd also have to figure out how to do that.
I mean, sending's a thing.
Oh, like, how do I explain that I know that? Yeah, that's a good point.
Because Amar just disappeared, didn't he? Or do y'all know he was captured?
Well, he's either captured or dead. They know that.
That's
Right. I think I'm not responsible for Ilsevel. She gets to make her own decisions.
Period.
Ilsevel sort of looks back to you. Well, then I guess I'll stay here.
The lady does what the lady wants.
Ishar sort of rolls his eyes and looks to... And who might you be?
I'm Wisp.
Wisp. You here to aid in what I've come to understand Tilda was sent here for?
I am indeed.
Well, then I suppose the three of you are in luck, as I'm new to my post. And I'm not much of one for following orders. Lord Hyacinth did tell me. It seems like perhaps some of our men may have survived their raid on Nycerin. If you're willing to go down there, if you have other means, I would be happy for you to find them and perhaps save them. These men are my friends. Not just valuable assets to the crown.
Well, if we find them, we don't plan on killing them, so we'll definitely bring them back safe.
See, the problem is, as I am new to my post, I have the trust and respect of my men, most of them. But some of them undoubtedly could cause problems if they see me disobeying a correct order from Lord Hyacinth. If you are to continue forward, you have my blessing. That is off the record. You'll need to do it without my direct say-so.
I think we can manage that.
If you are willing to wait here until nightfall, I believe you may be able to slip into the gateway that leads to the Underdark unnoticed. If you do so without being noticed, I can simply claim that you slipped from my grasp before I was able to send you back. That sound agreeable?
I think before saying anything, because we can still talk.
I would say in my mind, I was going to slip from his grasp whether he wanted me to or not. So.
Yeah. So, do you mind waiting?
No.
And so then out loud, I'll say we can agree to that.
Perfect. And What of you, my lady? And she looks to him. I'm going. Far be it for me to stop you. I would not want your blood on my hands, given the ire of your brother. But I know what it feels like to be tied down and not allowed to make your own decisions. You all may do as you wish. I'll call for someone to send you to the barracks and get some rest. I'm sure it was a long journey in. Feel free to wander the grounds until the time comes. And shift change on the gate is at midnight. You'll want to do it after then. All right. I've got a lot of paperwork to handle, especially if I end up with extra paperwork after you succeed. Get out.
Goodbye.
He seems fairly rude.
Well, it might be on
I
the
like
spectrum
him.
a little bit. You know, he was just a little more direct than others.
I like it.
Like a wide open book.
As Commander Ishar ushers you out of the door, he follows you just for a moment as you walk back down that hallway. He finds the nearest soldier. You. Escort them to the barracks. They're going to need a place to rest. It's been a long journey, and if they're going to make it back safely to Lord Hyacinth, then they'll need to rest up before they leave. Yes, sir. You see a human man who...
Regular human?
Regular human. He's broad-shouldered with a thick beard and a... You would expect him to be older than he is, but he's got sort of a childlike voice to him. He might be a bit younger than his beard manifests, and he's got a helmet on, so it's hard to tell his exact age based on that. But Ishar leaves you, moving back to his quarters, and you're led once again through the sturdy stone halls of the quarry. Eventually, you're shown to a modest barracks, bare but clean. There are 3 cots that line the walls beneath a small window slit. Make yourselves comfortable here and rest up as much as you need. Feel free to wander the grounds as you see fit. Our soldiers will keep you out of anywhere that you're not allowed. The door closes behind you with a soft thud, and for the first time in days, you're able to breathe without urgency. What are the 3 of you doing in this moment? Sorry, our ice maker. Yeah.
It scares Caleb every time.
Ready to go.
Screaming outside.
I
Go ahead, Matt Jordan.
Do you want to see Uncle Cracker or not?
ain't nobody gonna sneak up on us.
Anytime the water turns on, it freaks you out. Yeah.
You're gonna have to say the last thing that you said again, because I thought I was about to fight in your kitchen. So
You're led into
Romance.
basically your own barracks chamber.
Yes.
There are cots. It's
Yeah, it was Bear Barracks.
it's humble, but
clean and bare.
yeah,
That's what I picked up before. The
Clean and
incident.
it's humble but amenable.
Will do.
That'll do, donkey.
As you're left alone, Elsevel looks to you, Tilda. Look, I know I'm not fit for this journey. I know you take a lot of risk bringing me along. But I appreciate it. And whatever fate awaits me, I want you to know that I accept it willingly. Should I stay behind and find out that Amar was not able to make it back to me, that would be a fate worse than death. I'll keep myself safe. You and your friend Wisp look after each other. Pay no mind to me. But I am coming.
How will you protect yourself?
There's swords and armor about. I'm sure I can get something. Perhaps a small short sword. Or I've got this dagger with me. If I need to. You know how to Somebody
Shank someone.
with the pointy end. I understand. I understand that much.
It's easier when they don't see you. You stab them in the back. Sometimes it hurts even more. That's called sneak attack damage, baby. Just kidding.
Winks at the camera.
Is that how you fight?
Sometimes. If they're distracted by allies, they're just right in the back.
We have the day. Would you mind showing me a few things?
Sure.
I trained when I was younger, but only the basics. Use brush up.
I teach you to be quick on your feet.
All right then. She looks to you. Will you join us?
Yes.
The three of you exit the chamber after leaving some of your belongings behind, getting settled in. And as you maneuver towards the training grounds, your mind is finally allowed to rest easy. It drifts towards the mysteries of the Underdark, toward the unseen paths and the shadowed stone halls where your allies now wander. Somewhere far below, far to the east, Ogudar presses onward. That is, we're going to move over to Ogudar now.
If I could ask you a quick question.
Of course.
Commander of the quarry, his name is Ishar.
Ishar. Isharr. You cannot blame me for that. That's somebody else named that character.
I love how you immediately.
That's from our first campaign.
It's Cotter's, right?
Otter's character. I tried to emulate his voice as best as I could.
I thought that's what you were doing, and that was I recognized the mini that was over there.
And if I don't know this, that's fine. Is there one commander of the quarry? Oh, is it like the commander? There's not like Commander A, B, C.
Make a history check. I mean, you're from Nysarin, but word of some of this might have gotten to you.
I'll ask Tilda.
Ooh.
I'd say with the 18, you can know reasonably enough that the previous commander was captured in Nysarin, and they're the one that caused the entire Far Realm debacle. So this new commander is seemingly their replacement.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
The previous commander was captured by Nysarin?
Yes. Well, basically infiltrated the city and was able to steal the Far Realm Shard.
Right.
You might not know if they were captured or not.
But it's their fault that
Got it.
spider attacked you.
Okay.
Ultimately.
Blame them.
Follow the chain of events.
Okay.
That would have been Commander Relevere.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. The only reason I was asking you is because the little bit of
Background.
stuff that I have on the side is I would be led to believe they did not get captured,
I see.
which is why I was just double checking.
Well, they were captured, did the bad stuff, and then escaped. So they're not captured currently.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of escaping happening
Okay.
in the Nysarin dungeon.
Yeah, they're bad at
Not very good
I
at
was
this.
literally going to have a set of private notes for all my shenanigans, and I was like, I have to read over this, and I started reading over it, and I literally have a note that says, Caleb is so confused, and then I had to like summarize the notes and break them down, because I was like, I don't know what's happening right
Yeah,
now.
forgive me. These are first campaign shenanigans.
It's not
which is a
you.
lot,
It's this person, then this person, then this person, and so I was like, who are these fucking people?
So basically,
But I got it.
what you would understand is the way they were able to escape is by activating the Far Realm Shard and
Yeah.
stealing it.
Okay.
It caused mass pandemonium in the city, and they slipped out during that.
It's late.
So, after nearly a day of travel, after finding a bit of rest within the tunnel,
So I am resting?
well, you can click it now.
Oh, okay.
But I imagine after your last encounter, you found a bit of rest.
Yeah, I like to think that he would have
We
like...
talked about it before the session.
Well, yeah, and I like to think that you know,
taking
realizing
a
that he's not gonna have a travel companion like everyone else has. His had its brain jump out of its head and run away. So he's gonna tuck up next to a rock. Like I think like this is how he sleeps, with his knees tucked into his chest and both of his hands on his swords on his side, and just like closes his eyes.
Just ready to.
Yeah. And like stand up at a moment's notice too. But yeah.
I imagine you have a rock in your lap that you're cradling.
Yeah.
Rock number 18.
You've found some time to rest since your last encounter, but your progress has still been painful. After about a day of travel, your descent grows warmer, more humid, carrying the faint scent of damp lichen and something sour. You've walked for hours since you woke, maybe more. But then, the tunnel widens at last, opening into a vast cavern whose ceiling you struggle to see, even with 120 feet of dark vision.
Yay.
Each footstep echoes longer than the last, lost in a space that feels impossibly deep. The silence here is nearly complete. A stone shifts behind you. Water drops ahead. You know better than anyone that you are not alone down here. What do?
You have us in your head.
Yeah.
Never alone.
Ogadar's gonna draw both of his sword, his short sword, and his scimitar, and he's gonna continue like across the cavern, trying to stay close to any like. Let me try to phrase this right. Under as many like high parts of the ceiling as he can, like where he can't see the top.
Okay.
And like kind of away from the walls. Basically, like if anything comes at him, he's gonna be able to see it coming from the ground, or it's gonna fall like 300 feet.
I
Not 300,
understand.
but like over 120
yeah.
feet from the ceiling. And he's gonna kind of just make his way across the cavern like that as best he can, so he doesn't have to check as many places.
Makes a lot of sense. Make a perception check for me, as you're trying to kind of spy out
The spider
the
just
approaching
sits
It's
on
a nat 20 for a 22.
Hell yeah. With your natural 20, you can see that the cavern, it's a bit brighter as you press forward.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, this open area seems to open even more, as there is a sharp drop at a certain point, about 120 feet out in front of you. With your dark vision, you can see that the cavern seems to descend into something that is exuding torchlight, maybe? Looks like flickering torchlight. And even around the edges of the sheer drop, you can see this sort of like fleshy webbing. What do you do?
I try to listen. I'm assuming with the 22, I don't hear anything.
Well, as you try to listen specifically,
Yeah.
I will say you do hear not what you expected, not a sound of footsteps or voices. You hear a steady drone that actually itches behind your eyes.
Scratches the brain. A good ASMR.
Like just thinking about the brain dog, he's gonna kind of like plug his ears and like itch inside his brain, like stay in there. Yeah.
There's a guy with a flute pulling your brain out of your
Yeah.
noggin, yeah.
So there's this drop off. Is there anything off to either side?
The cavern doesn't necessarily narrow, but the
Always
I'd say the drop is sort of rounded,
to you.
but the entire cavern leads to that.
There's no way around this drop off, it would seem.
With your 22, you can see that there are several other like narrow tunnels that offshoot from this larger cavern.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, you can't see where they go because they've been
Yeah.
blind.
Yeah.
Sidle along the wall.
Ogadar's like thinking about like known versus unknown, and if this thing's itching at his brain, with brain on the brain, he's like, nah, this is probably not good. So he's gonna call out to like probably I think I found more of those brain dogs. My psychic senses are tingling.
I don't know. You seemed pretty concerned when I ran into the last brain dog.
You stay away from the brain dogs.
Okay, so I have a path that I can't see down, or a path where potential brain dog. I don't know if they're actually down there or not.
You feel like a weird itch in your head kind of a thing.
Yes, my psychic senses are tingling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a new power.
Sure.
We'll call it brain sense.
Not common sense.
Absolutely not. That's out the window. Left that on the surface. I would stay away from whatever is making your brain itch.
Got it.
And he's gonna go down one of the winding paths. Apprehend, not like okay, but like a little bit more slowly, and try not to make any noise so that like whatever's down there doesn't like hear him and he doesn't disturb whatever it is. He's just like, no.
You should probably plug up your ears and your nose.
I thought about that, but when I rubbed my ears earlier, I couldn't hear anything. So I wouldn't be able to hear them coming. But my nose might not be a bad idea.
as now he
Starts talking like this.
Make a stealth check as you move down one of these side tunnels.
I love big dumb barbarians.
Yikes. Let's see, what does chat have?
20's in there.
I need to refresh it.
Okay, Brett.
Well, I
I know,
haven't
I'm
opened
messing
it.
with you. I'm messing.
He has it pulled up though.
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20. Nope. Yep, dirty 20.
You feel your heart race as you are only steps away from whatever imminent danger tickles your common senses. Feeling that heightened tension in your body, you are extra careful with every footfall not to place out any loose rubble that might clack against the ground, not to step into any water that might ripple outwards and disturb something else. You move silently. And yet, the further you go, the louder that droning sound gets.
I feel like there is no way that I can go where I don't have the brain itch. My powers might actually be acting up.
I'm going to say no. They're not acting up. Honestly, Og, just stay quiet. Don't make any noise. And don't make any of them mad. But you might have to fight.
Yes. Okay. You might not be able to tell, but I am using my brain to talk now. I've learned to do it more quietly, even.
I'm proud that you...
As he's walking like this.
He's focusing, yeah. He's so focusing so hard.
Og, I'm very proud that you were able to do that. I'm glad you could keep your telepathic senses, together.
It's really loud in our minds, though. He's like screaming in his brain.
As you continue to follow this winding pathway, you do see eventually some of that same amber light pouring in from the other end of the tunnel. You round a bend and see a much smaller overlook into whatever this is as the tunnel sort of graces that cavern and then continues to move in the opposite direction. You cross that threshold?
I really want to look, but I'm trying to decide if Og would really want to look. So it's basically like the cavern kind of like there's a hole, right? And the cavern kind of runs into this hole, and so it opens up where I can see down.
Yeah. And you can at least tell that the tunnel you've been wandering has been slowly sort of winding you down. So presumably you might even be a little bit closer to whatever this is.
Yeah. Following his good friend Ur's advice, he's going to have nothing to do with that stuff.
Okay.
He's going to just pass it up and keep walking.
Okay.
because it has become more and more apparent as we've had more sessions that trusts are maybe a little too much, but
You near
Jump down the giant hole next time.
no, I'm just saying, given the context clues that we have.
you near the gap, and you are careful to avert your gaze. The closer you get, still, the more that drone continues to rise. And by the time you are rounding the bend and moving back towards the rocky expanse of the tunnel ahead, the drone rises like a scream behind your eyes, piercing, suffocating. You rush into the tunnel, but your steps begin to falter as a crushing presence crashes into your thoughts. A voice thunders through your skull, its words an unintelligible command, flashes of memory of something more, something not yours. Burn across your vision and across the vision of each of your distant allies.
What you did?
I got us a new friend in our brains.
Oh,
All of you, no matter what you're doing, suddenly see a chasm, infinite and writhing. A mind flayer crowned in a black gem that pulses once, then shatters into sparkling dust, forming the astral sea. Two radiant figures drift across the expanse, a man and a woman, glowing like stars. They recede, shrinking into twin points of blue light, eyes unblinking until they close, and all goes dark.
you
A
fussed
lull.
at me for messing with some flowers. You just
Pull.
invited a mind flayer.
I didn't touch nothing.
Drift. Drift and be still. There is no pain in silence, no loss in surrender. You are already a part of me.
The warmth of sleep coils around each of your minds like a
my
mother's
God.
breath. Then, awaken! The voice, familiar and thunderous, cuts through the void like a blade of light. Your senses return in a rush. The pulsing ground, the dripping walls, the stench of thought. And just ahead, a lurching, brain-like beast launches towards you with claws outstretched. Another brain dog. You are no longer alone. The echoes are with you again. Everyone roll for initiative. And this is where we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back with another fun, exciting combat that was totally optional. And
My
not
machinations.
forced at all. See you in a second. Bye.
Oh, terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. Huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian of Darkport, Angel Jobert, Angel of Darkport, Brett Venable, Dutin 103, Zebek Longfang, Lil Tired, Memebot 69000, XIVM, Jason Miller, Corey of Darkport, Devin Beard, Wilfredo Figueroa, Ruby Rod, Sam Huffpower, Daniel Struve, Agile Monk, Moon Goose McQueen, Jude Eshett, Drazadi, Malice, J.O. Hearn, Dawn Ruby, Orbit and Decay, Mr. Giaton, McFry, Ira Wing, Craig Seymour, Zim the Fan, Jason, Sonic's Boom, Rob Hinson, Xanthox, Dane Emerson, Skirmisher, Mike G, Gracie Pujol, Dashki, Athicor, Wayne Brack, Jackpot, Camo Camry, Nigel Shell, Ethan, Michael Calvento, Blade Roller, Jay-Z Jizzler, Misfit, Henry Akanosha, Monsters Mother, Biscuits and Gravy, Christopher Denault, H.D. Siles, Kathy Evans, Lil Cute Mabel, Daniel J. Colby, Fables D20, Squiddy, B.D., Adam, Wabu Seeker, Harry Dong, Curtis Ellis, Majority of One, Oncoming Traffic, Ryan Harris, Triforce Samurai, Nick Dyson, The Azure Sky, Bacon and Vodka, Kendrick Valentine, Mythic Attack, O4C, Oro, Curtis Bruton, Hexblade's Curse, Predator H2O, Grog, Jason Cash, Russell Mooney, Michael Horvath, Alicia F., Andrew Schaefer, The School Bus, Shutterbot, Griff Sildari, Jackadasis, Nova Effectus, Kitchen Knives, Copper 96, Melmac, Mini Warlord, Rowan Rat, J. Diddy, Gillian Mangrove, Ronan Leon, I'm So Lost, Dragonic Sage, Samuel Song, Francis Hume, Debonair Gaming, Kevin Thomas, Otterlife, Wa'aki, Chris Jones, Chaotic Neutral, Andres DeBarbara, Mr. Thrill, Nick, Don Rosavelli, DM Greg, Big Head Bro, Gatorman, Butterknife, Witcherol, Almighty Zeus, Saint, D.I. Block, Matt Susan, Evan Aristogabe, Kevin Hyatt, Charlie Gardner, Brendan Sparrow, Black Retro, Tunok, Lions, Masquax, Chris G, Jerome Grant, The Best or Die Trying, A Joyous Goose, Liquid Saber, Defiant Chaos, T-Dog, Lothos Carpathia, Jesse's Brick Galaxy, Dog, Tiago Livas, Trevor Neal, Blaine Dexter, D'Angelo Barton, Devo Immune, BFG, and Tampton Tonda.
You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it.
Greetings, viewers. Bramble Backfoot hopping by to let you know about our monthly homebrew packets issued to all those brave enough to join the ranks of our prestigious order. With a plethora of items, monsters, mechanics, and more, it's easier than ever to bring chaos home to your table. So become a member and let's fight the forces of evil together.
Thank you, you're all too kind, and the drinks are on me tonight! Ha 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 ha! Oh, you must not have enabled gifted memberships! Let me show you how. Ha 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 ha! What you'll want to do is make your way over to our channel page and then add /allow_gifts. From there, you can turn on the toggle for free stuff and join in the chaos. Ha 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 ha! Now for my next tune, a little ditty about a dead necromancer named Pinky.
Hello, Drazad here. Oh my god, you have got to come check out all of our wares. We have so many different things. Help support the stream and get yourself some new magic items as well over at the Constructed Chaos store.
Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by three brothers that have combined two great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high-quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that? Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you, by chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great break. I spent a little bit of extra time setting up some terrain here, as you can see.
Took the dogs out and they pooped.
Oh,
Whoop.
we all had a very
Also,
productive
the sky is
break.
really pretty right now. You can't see it.
And I have
all,
no
but-
idea, like, time of day or anything in here.
So
Good.
we went to break as you all were rolling for initiative.
Really pretty.
Og, what'd you get?
13.
13.
Oh.
Hilda?
10.
10. Her?
17.
17. Very nice. And Wisp?
14.
14. Okay. As we begin the initiative, first up is actually Your echo form spawns into existence. Your senses bombarded by this vision when suddenly you are in another place and you see almost in slow motion one of these intellect devourers lunging towards your friend Ogudar just in front of you. What would you like to do? Wisp, you're on deck. Jippa-bow.
Yeah, did you like that?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-bow.
Do like the sound effects.
Shapawa. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
On the brain dog,
Yeah. There's just one, right?
there's one that you can see.
Yeah.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Well,
You actually see several humanoids rushing up behind the brain dog. You might not be in such a dire strait as you imagined. These could be reinforcements. The intellect devourer rolled a
I
15 on the. Sorry, wisdom?
change it up.
Is it wisdom or int?
It's wisdom.
Well, they rolled a 13, but you're welcome to change it up if you'd like.
Only because. Do you think I would have done my perception before? Or,
Yeah, I think you would have taken stock really quickly. That makes sense.
I would like to cast Fairy Fire then.
Okay.
And it's a 20-foot cube, so I'll basically put it. This is Ogudar.
Yep. And then 20 foot would be more or less this. So you could, if you're trying to get these humanoids in as well, you could get the intellect devourer and one of the humanoids, or you can get all three humanoids.
It's this way.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's what I want to do then. Yeah, I'll do it right here on back. Just
Sure.
whatever I can.
Okay. So it'll be intellect devourer and one of the humanoids. We'll keep that 13, which is actually a 15 if we're doing dex.
So they save on a 15.
Okay. Intellect devourer saves.
We're all here.
And the first humanoid fails
shadowing.
with a 14.
Yeah, it's a 13 is a save.
Okay. What does your fairy fire look like? I imagine that has some very different looking fairy fire. than most.
Yeah, it's almost like he kind of what's going on? What's the situation? I can't see anything, and he like pocket sands. It's basically just like
Pocket
a bunch of like teeny little fireworks that like and pop, 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 pop. You know those little whistling rockets that are like
Yeah, the bottle
Imagine
rockets.
hundreds of those, and they just and they all like at the same time and like let off a light.
Nice.
Love
With your stadium lighting, you see one of these humanoid figures lit up. Much easier to see in the dark here, although there is some light pouring off from whatever is below you down this cliff to your left. But yeah, this guy is magical affected. If
Which
you want
I got it.
The one furthest in the back.
to, this one here.
Okay. Are the other two within 10 feet?
They would be within 15 feet.
Wait, 10 feet of him or 50?
No, 10 feet of him. Because
I can put it.
anybody that fails, they shed dim light in a 10-foot radius,
Yeah.
so we'd arguably be able to see the other ones if they got within 10 feet.
Well, and most of y'all have dark vision, so you can see them.
Period.
Period.
Which
I got
one
used
of
to
us
playing
doesn't?
Dragonborn pre-24.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, I also think Tilda might not, but you got dark vision?
Yeah.
Awesome.
60 feet.
Yeah, it's just you then.
Is it dark right now?
We're in a cave.
Yeah.
Is it?
I can't see anything.
It's high noon, actually.
You can see a little bit.
That's what I'm asking. Is there like light?
There's a little bit of light coming off at the settlement below. It is dim light, so you can see figures, but attack rolls will be made at disadvantage if you can't see them like clearly.
The one that's magical affected is giving off light around him, though.
And you get advantage on attack rolls against him. Also, is concentrating. Are you doing anything else,
No, sorry.
It's behind Oog.
Okay. Well then, Wisp.
It's this one.
This is you?
Yeah, that's me.
Wisp, it is now your go.
It's got a wide stance.
And Og, you're on deck. Your go.
It's my go?
Yep.
Fuck. Okay, so there's this creepy crawly thing.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah?
It's like lunging towards Ogudar.
Okay.
You guys caught it
I
midly.
can see it.
Yes,
right?
you can. Yeah, it's just you can't see it super clearly. It's kind of dark. Your eyes are wide open, so your attack rolls against it would be at disadvantage.
Unless
Apparently.
I have sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Which...
No, sneak attack does not give you advantage. You just don't need advantage to trigger it if you have an ally within 5 feet.
That's it.
You can, if you want, you can bonus action steady aim to get rid of the disadvantage you have,
It would
so
be a
you would
straight
get
roll.
sneak attack if you hit.
But it would be a straight roll.
Yeah, it would be a straight roll.
I'm doing that.
Not during my Pride Month, no.
Move on this side.
Okay.
Closing in. Bonus action, steady aim. Straight roll to hit.
Well, you can't have moved if you use steady aim.
Steady aim removes.
Okay.
Steady
then
aim
I-
sets it to
then
0, and a prerequisite is that you.
Yeah, then I'm moving,
Okay.
and I'll roll to hit him
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
Now, if it hits, you won't get sneak attack.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you
Yeah,
know.
I know
Okay.
that.
I'm not, it's not the wrong, I just
I
want to
am
make sure you
not-
fully understand.
Yeah. Barely. But I'm getting
Sneak attack can be very tricky, especially in
Sneak
situations
attack
with
doesn't
dim light,
need
dark
advantage, but if you have disadvantage, you can't have
That's
it.
awesome. I don't think I'm going to hit
Your turn.
that one.
light. Yeah, that's not going to hit. So as you rush around, using the silhouette of this lit figure behind the Intellect Devourer to try and target your strike, you round the corner and lose their form completely, swinging wide in the air and catching nothing but air.
If I used my psychic blades, can I still use it as a bonus action even though I didn't hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't require you to hit,
Then
I don't think.
I didn't clarify I was hitting with my psychic blades.
Okay.
I was.
Got it.
Okay.
So you make an attack with your
Psychic
offhand
blades, and
psychic
then
blade as
my
a bonus action. Bonus
Yeah,
action, psychic blade again.
psychic blade, but it's still a disadvantage.
Yes.
Is an 11 hit?
An 11, unfortunately, does not hit. As you conjure your first psychic blade, swinging widely, just a little bit of light pouring off highlights the pulsing brain of this creature, and you attempt to drive your dagger, your psychic dagger, into it, but it's too nimble and has already moved from that position just before you struck. Ogudar, it is now your go. What would you like to do?
You say, "That's not my brain. That's not my brain."
As he's gonna swing, he's gonna swing his short sword at him, and he's gonna rage first while he's doing this. He's like, "That's not my brain," and instinctively that psychic energy covers him to kind of protect him,
Okay.
which is his rage, and then he's gonna reckless attack with his short sword against this guy.
Got it.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 definitely hits.
Okay. And then 6 points plus 5, so 11 points of piercing damage.
Nice. As you jab into the creature, finding that same familiar softness in their brain tissue, you sort of wiggle the blade around a little bit before yanking it back out.
Yeah, and then almost probably to get it out, he's gonna take his scimitar and try to shove it into this thing
Okay.
for his extra attack,
You brace against it with your scimitar as you pull the short sword out and then slice.
which is at advantage because of the short sword Vex.
Yep.
way above what I rolled before.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Another 11 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, hell yeah. As you cut across it, you can see that the creature is spattering viscous blood across the ground. Bits of brain matter is draining out of the open wound that you've left in it as it as it whines like a dog.
And then I think he's gonna kind of like, as he's realizing like, okay, I'm taking care of this thing. He's gonna look up. Does he recognize any of these people ahead of him? And honestly, see his friends and be like, oh, thank God.
Make a perception check.
Oh, we get to meet now.
I don't think that's gonna do it.
So if I were to hit the guy that's shedding light, I don't have disadvantage.
Correct. It would even out.
Fuck this brain.
8.
With an 8, they appear to be like normal humans, but something's off about them. And you think back to the guy you followed up here and imagine they might be more of the same.
I think this brain dog came out of one of their heads.
he says out loud.
You're probably not far off.
Yeah. And that's his turn. He's gonna stand his ground right there in front of this brain dog.
Okay, it is now the Intellect Devourer's turn, and they
You thought it was your turn?
not quite. That brain matter dripping onto the ground, they sort of recoil backwards and then lurch forwards, almost like a headbutt. You can tell they're not going to reach you, but then suddenly your mind is buffeted, Ogudar. I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
Sweet. I can do that.
Is it against being charmed?
That doesn't matter.
I know. I just like to ask.
I can't do that. Do I take something?
You?
I like casually glanced at chat and saw Drazad's name 6 times, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, someone said if we say it enough times. Someone said if we say it enough times, we summon him. I was like, hello, Drazad here.
Hello, it is me, Drazad. How is everybody doing tonight?
Now let's see what this puppy can do. 5.
Okay. You take 11 points of psychic damage as you feel your brain rattling around in
5. As Ogudar's psychic shield he put up kind of like warbles some of that across.
You are able to lessen the damage you take. However,
Yeah.
your brain quaking in your skull causes you to be stunned until the end of the Intellect Devourer's next turn.
The end of the Intellect Devourer's next turn.
Pretty rough.
Okay.
Okay. With that, now, Tilda, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Hilda is going to sneak between Wisp and Og and pull back her great axe. Yep.
Okay.
Love that mini.
The brain. There's not really room there for you, but you can circle around this way if you'd like.
Yeah, that's good.
As you
After that cut that Og started.
As you circle around, you see that one of these individuals is wearing a name tag, one of the humanoid individuals. It says Grim Reaper, and upon his head is a very shiny helmet that you may be interested in. Thank you, Grim Reaper, for the item there.
Who is wearing the helmet?
This one, the one that's lit up.
One that's lit up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex, that was...
Gotta work it in somehow.
Helm of underwater.
Grim Reaper's name right now.
We say it 3 times. We summon him.
Yeah, we summon Grim.
Okay. So,
What'd you get, Tilda?
well, I got a nat 20 and then plus 5.
Yeah. That's 20.
That 20 hits no matter what.
Almost not 20. She's
Yeah.
like, I got that.
All of you
20.
seemed like, I was like,
Well, the dice says
no.
20 on it.
I didn't see you roll it.
I'm not sure if you know this, but it's a big deal.
But like it's kind of roll 20.
So you're actually gonna either roll double the dice you normally would, or double the number that you roll on the dice. It's up to you.
Say that again.
Either roll 2 dice or roll 1 and double the number.
Yeah.
Can I roll 1 and then make my decision?
Yeah.
You absolutely can, because
I
roll
literally
a 1,
was like,
roll a second dice.
What are you looking for? That's it.
Oh, the weird one. Yeah.
The one
If
that's
you get
the one that's
it-
almost a 20, but not.
Come on, 12. Come on, 12.
I know. I'm like,
It's like
money.
It's like trying to be a percentile dice, but it's
It's still not bad.
yeah.
It's above average. Yeah.
Yeah, got an 8. I'm going to double it. And then I still
And
can
you
add
still
my
add your
3.
modifier, too.
19?
19 points of damage as you bring your axe to bear, splitting the brain right down the cerebral cortex. It is done for.
So, because it doesn't get another turn, how?
You're stunned forever now.
Yeah. I'm stun locked.
I'm going to say you're stunned at least until the end of your turn.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I've already lost rage because stun makes me incapacitated, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yucky. All right. Are you doing anything else, Tilda?
I'm going to wait.
Okay. Following your move, it is now the humanoid's turns. This one is going to move in directly in front of Og, and seeing him somewhat dumbfounded here, they're going to swing at advantage. Not that they wouldn't have had it already.
the
Reckless attack.
Yep.
With their longsword, does a non-natural 20 hit?
I think yes. Yep.
All right.
Mhm. That is more than 14.
They're going to swing a second time with it. Oh, with advantage. Natural 20.
Yep. All right. There's nothing I can do about that.
So you are going to take 7 points of damage from the first attack,
Yep.
and then 12 from the second.
Yep.
As this enemy lumbers forward, seemingly not fully accustomed to their own limbs, but suddenly they move with a speed that all of you are quite surprised by. They dig their short sword into Og, and then as they tear it out, they actually pull out of the side of your abdomen.
Oh, I got hit by a nat 20. I don't know if you guys missed that.
Yeah.
I did
I'm in
miss
chat.
that.
Yeah. And just another regular hit.
How bad are you right now?
About half, because I wasn't raging, so I didn't get to resist
I can't
any of
heal
those
you,
hits.
so-
This one is
A little
going
above
to.
half. Let me put it that way.
This one is rushing past you, Tilda, with reckless abandon. You would have an opportunity attack on them if you would like, as they move towards
How far?
It would be as they're passing
yeah.
you.
Yeah, as they're passing
Within
you.
5 feet.
Yeah, you would just do a melee attack.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go for it.
Roll an attack as they brush right by you. Thank you. I said that to you too.
You set me up for that.
No worries.
And I
It doesn't-
literally said, this is why I stood by Sam. Because Sam will always...
But it also doesn't help that your weapon's damage die is a 12, so you're gonna get those mixed
Yeah.
up all the time.
14?
14 does not hit, as you do find purchase along the backside of this soldier, but they are wearing chainmail. Your blow glances off as they you almost propel them into They're going to make 2 attacks on you here,
You're welcome.
That is a 12 to hit.
What's your hit die?
D 12, 10, 12? What's it?
Well, for
Does a 12 hit
barbarian,
you?
I think.
Yes. Oh, you said
Yep.
Okay. No,
And-
I
And the other's a 7. So you're going to take 7 points of slashing damage as this enemy rushes past Tilda, is driven forward with a bit of speed from her axe, and drives their own blade into your chest before pulling it back out. Seeing you not looking so hot, I need you to make a concentration saving throw.
I think we summoned Grim. He gave us 5 gifties.
Grim!
Thank you.
Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. You didn't have to do that.
You said
But
it
I really,
3
really
times.
appreciate it.
Summoned him.
Grim Reaper, Grim Reaper, Grim Reaper, Grim Reaper, Grim Reaper.
He's gonna poof at this table.
I would welcome it if
Yeah.
you did.
That should be like a redemption of like 100,000
took-
million points.
You took 7, so you just need to make a
Yeah,
10
table.
on your con save.
This is to maintain fairy fire, yeah.
Did you make it?
yeah, 16.
Okay. This other individual is going to rush forward on Tilda and make an attack on you.
Running out of room over there, dude.
No, they're in close quarters, but they're making it work.
Sneak attack.
Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Beefy.
Does a 5 hit you?
Absolutely not.
Seeing the resistance you got from this soldier's armor as they ran past you and you struck them with your axe, you see this other individual rushing up on you, and you imagine it's time to return the favor. As they drive their blade towards you, you move your splint in the direction of their blade. It actually gets jammed on the first attack as they are trying to wrench it backwards. They pull it out, and their second attack is basically them swinging it into the cavern wall on that backswing. With that, it is now back to the top of initiative with What would you like to do, Wisp, you're on deck.
On death's door, knocking.
Ding dong.
He'll kind of begin to. You'll hear him kind of like as he's like moaning because he's dying. And then
I like the clarification.
his arm undulate. I know my brain stops working sometimes.
Yes.
When I'm trying to describe something.
No, I thought it was funny. I'm not.
Undulate. No. His form basically starts kind of undulating slightly, almost like he's like phasing in and out of reality. And as you just kind of, you don't feel like wind, but you feel almost like a shockwave kind of out from him. I'll use my bonus action to activate my innate sorcery.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
And then I will.
Pulling out all the
If you're
spells.
hurt, more. Heal yourself. I'm above half. I have 53 hit points total.
Yeah,
To start.
he's
I'm
good.
down to 33.
You're fine.
He's a barbarian. He'll be
Worried about
fine.
you.
And as soon as he rages, he takes half damage. So
Yeah, I just don't get a turn, so that's gonna be like another round before I can rage again.
Yeah, it's not going to do me
It's not a full
much.
action.
I'm stunned. So yeah.
Stun kind of sucks.
Yeah, so it dropped my rage and it's gonna take away my
Oh,
turn.
never. I can't even heal myself.
this for you whenever you are raging.
No.
I forgot. We could let it last time.
Oh, it's okay. I think that's one of the only things we kind of don't need to remember. I feel like we're usually pretty aware of when somebody's raging.
Yeah, I think again.
It's the whole barbarian thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I'll look at. Is that one of the bad boys?
Yep.
That is one.
That's the one that hit you.
Right. He'll stand up and kind of just. I'm going to kill you.
caress them. You see no reaction on their faces. They stare blankly ahead, looking almost through you.
Yeah, tell your boss I'm coming for him. And I'll cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. And that is, once again, wisdom. Yeah. That's a 17.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's a 7, and that's a straight roll on the die, too. Nothing added to that.
You take 4 psychic damage.
Okay.
Half.
As you deal 4 psychic damage to this individual who looks to be in somewhat ramshackle military garb, like it's been pieced together from multiple sources, they stare at you and they say, I can hear your thoughts.
Oh.
Mine are better. Perhaps you'd like to think them too.
Oh my God. I would be so embarrassed if somebody said to me, I can hear your thoughts and mine are better.
Okay.
I look over at you guys like.
Og's like,
3 points of psychic damage. You are down. No, just kidding. Wisp, it is your go. Og, you're on deck, but you're stunned.
yes. Oh,
You took a bunch of damage before showing up in this.
That's
Okay.
right. We get the spider.
No,
I
before the spider.
swing to attack. I do not.
I was like half health when we started this.
It's a straight roll, and you would get sneak attack.
Okay. I would have advantage, but it cancels out the disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Got it. I am.
You nailed it.
I'm getting there. I'm gonna swing. with my psionic blades.
Okay. As you conjure another one of your deep purple psionic blades, you lunge forward.
13.
A
I'm
13.
Taking something from the chat. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
I didn't technically say it, so you can do that.
18.
18 definitely hits.
Okay.
As you drive your psionic blade into them, it connects with the chainmail, and you see them kind of like look down and shrug for a second,
Taking that roll.
almost like raising an eyebrow at you, and then you drive it even deeper, allowing the psychic energy to bypass
That's
their armor.
10 points of psychic damage.
10 points of psychic damage.
And then bonus action, I'm hitting again.
All right.
Okay, there we go. 21 to hit.
21 definitely hits.
All right. And then I'm trying to remember if I get... Yes, okay.
Did you roll your sneak attack damage on that first attack?
Didn't. It's
2d6 at this level, I believe.
Roll 3d6 just to make sure.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Yeah.
I could have used steady aim, but I already had advantage.
Well, if you have one source of disadvantage, it doesn't matter how many advantages you get, it's still a straight roll.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have mattered.
That's 9 points of sneak attack.
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Before you actually hit them with the second attack, they are felled.
great.
Oh, slay.
Can I hit someone else, or does it have to be?
Well, as their body drops to the ground, you see their head split open.
Brain
as
Dog.
The brain within emerges.
All right.
In his
I will say they are still glowing.
Go for their heads.
Fire.
Okay, so then my second attack, does it hit still? Because I rolled.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. You can use
Yeah.
that attack on this.
All right, so then
Use your accent specifically.
that is 7 points of psychic damage.
7 points of psychic damage is going to definitely hurt them pretty bad.
That's his brain.
However, as you connect with your psychic blade, once again trying to drive it deep within their fleshy exterior, hoping to deal more damage. Due to that, you realize that these creatures are very well adjusted to psionic
Being stabbed in the
abilities.
head?
Well, they are resistant to psychic damage, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't have
Long-winded,
used,
but I got there.
I wouldn't have used psychic damage on the brain, but
That is where you
that's
were.
where
yeah.
I'm at. So
Are you doing anything else?
nope.
Okay. Og, it is your turn, but you are stunned. At the end of your turn, you feel movement returning to your body, and it is now the Intellect Devourer's turn in front of you.
He's like, he's like,
Well, the psychic
Dog is
damage
still here.
affected the humanoid, just not the brain.
The Intellect Devourer that you stabbed now turns towards you, and you see its brain muscles begin to ripple and tense, almost shifting underneath as a high-pitched whine echoes inside of your mind. I need you to make an int save.
Moongoose said, "Now you can see its thoughts."
Yeah.
19.
With a 19, you do save, and you don't take any damage from the attack. However, you do hear something within as that high-pitched whine begins to fade. You hear, "That body screamed when I stole it. You want to hear what it sounded like?"
Okay, Dell. Terrifying.
It is now Tilda's turn. What would you like to do, Tilda? There's still a soldier next to you and one near and Intellect Devourer directly in front of you. I know it's very crowded over there.
Directly in front of me?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm going after.
Okay.
You have advantage on that thing because it's glowing, right?
Yes.
You roll twice.
Wait, on which one?
The brain.
Wayne.
Yeah, that way.
Well, it's a new brain.
It's
new
the one
Wayne.
that popped out of the...
Yeah.
You killed original Blaine.
Yeah.
You take the yeah.
Yeah. 19?
19 definitely
Keep that
hits as you
if you want.
swing your axe. It is resistant to psychic damage, but it is not resistant to axe damage, as you have
Like
seen.
the 12 of this.
Oh, it's cocked. Roll it.
Yeah, roll it again.
His thing.
There we go.
Hey.
Yeah, that's good. 12.
12 points of
11,
damage.
11.
11. Got it.
I had to do finger math. Sorry.
Now, I believe your axe has the cleave property, correct? Cleave Mastery? I don't think you've used it yet.
Yes.
So there is an
Over,
Intellect
right?
Devourer and a soldier standing directly next to them. So you can make a second attack roll against that soldier as you swing your axe sideways and connect with the Intellect Devourer and then follow through to the soldier next to them.
And she's definitely aiming for the soldiers.
I know.
head
I was
right
like, I
here.
think I'm gonna follow through and then do this.
Yeah.
That is the direction that
You
we
should
are
have
going.
gone for the head.
18.
18 does hit. As you connect with this humanoid entity now.
It's the same. It's the same damage dice. Like,
Yeah.
that says-
Yeah. You just don't add your modifier to this one. I
It's just a
believe.
straight
5.
5. As you connect with your axe, a bit of speed is taken off, but you force yourself to power through as much as you can, driving it deep into their side before wrenching it out. You see blood dripping out, which is a bit weird because you know these creatures have almost infested their skulls, yet they are still fully alive in that way. It is now their turns, the humanoids. The one in front of you, is going to swing at you again. That's a 19 on the die. And I believe that's going to be enough to take you down.
Yeah, because even shield's not gonna save.
Okay. You take 7 points of damage, and something that has not happened as of yet happens. As you fall unconscious, as you are incapacitated, your echo disappears before you can hit the ground,
Oh shit.
and you are no longer in this combat.
Oh no, so we can't heal him.
Hey,
Oh no.
Yeah, you have a friend with you at least.
oh, I do.
You have a traveling companion.
Thank God.
If that happens to me, I'm screwed.
You were incapacitated,
traveling
but you're not an
companion heal?
echo.
Yeah, you're real.
Oh, if you get the incapacitated condition, period.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's not falling.
This is the mechanic I was talking about earlier, where I was like,
Well, she
this
dropped
could-
in the first camp session.
Yeah, but that was a special case because it was you were in your
We were in our
Places.
respective places.
Gotcha.
fighting
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's
complex. Yeah.
Also, I heard it as I was walking out where he sent you a reel.
Now I'm gonna
about
rush
the
over to you,
backstory or
Tilda.
Whatever. He sent it to me too, and it was very unsettling.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
You're going to take 7 points of piercing damage as the your enemy that you hit with your great axe previously now rushes up, finds a gap in your armor while you're not looking, and drives their blade in deep. The one next to you is also going to make attacks on you. Natural 1.
Cool.
They're still off balance from the attack that you landed a moment ago. And natural 2. They're still off balance.
Wreck.
They're like
Going for the head.
They're like
Got it.
doubly on balance, but it's still not enough.
On
balance, off balance, doesn't matter.
Still
Yeah.
better than you. Yeah. Y'all ever seen that video?
Macho Man Randy
I'm
Savage.
sending it.
That brain intellect devour is not glowing anymore either, huh?
And he has the
No, they're
little cups
not.
of creamer.
Gross.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm sending it.
No idea what you're talking about.
Now, as we circle back to the top of initiative, the battle
Hers turn.
turning around all of you, a cacophony of echoing shrieks and psychic pressure, then something far worse lumbers into view.
Uh-oh.
Its frame is humanoid, broad-shouldered and warped, but the head has split to reveal a massive brain that sprawls like a grotesque crown down the length of its spine. Strands of brain matter crawl like veins across its arms, and where its mouth should be yawns a glistening, toothless maw ringed by squirming tentacles. It drags 1 foot forward, groaning with a sound that's part wounded animal, part wet hunger. Each breath a slurp that makes your stomach knot. This is what you see rounding the corner
I
here.
think you did just make me a little nauseated. I'm not gonna lie.
For chat, that's what we're looking at there.
Ewy.
Ewy. It used all its movement to get there, so it's not able to do much just
I
yet.
got out of there in time. That's what
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
Now you just get to.
You better hope
Bleed
that Amar
out.
is good at medicine.
You got a potion in your pocket.
Got a healer's kit.
So, we now move to you as you're blinking awake in the Underdark near Nysarin. You kind of see Amar hovering over you as he's been able to stabilize you, but you are still mostly unconscious as you feel yourself slipping once again back into unconsciousness. Wisp, it is your turn. What would you like to do? Sorry to straight up remove you from that, but
Well, I think I am gonna go.
Pat, get in there and complain.
Rude. I actually am gonna hit it with my dagger.
mm-hmm.
Your psychic dagger?
No, because psychic damage doesn't.
Yeah, it's resistant. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my rapier.
Okay.
So I have disadvantage.
It's
Not glowing.
Yeah, correct. You can bonus action steady aim if you wanted a straight roll. Sorry. It's my fault.
So I can do that. I know which dice rolled first.
Okay.
Yeah, she rolled the green. one
Yeah.
first.
If you want to.
Yeah, I'll do
Sorry, I'm
that.
just reminding you.
That's okay. It's gonna hit. It's 17 plus 7.
That will definitely hit. As you connect with this enemy, no longer having disadvantage and remembering the vague outline of their shape before the light fully diminishes from Ur's spell. I know, it burbled.
It was 8 points of piercing damage. And
Plus your
then-
sneak attack, right?
No, because yes, my sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
6 sneak attack.
That is exactly the amount you needed.
That's a dead Blaine.
As you drive your rapier into the center of this intellect devourer, you then twist it and spin. As you flick your blade, the creature is more or less bisected, and its legs fall on either
So-
side of its body.
I have Vex on that, but it won't matter because it has to be the same creature.
Correct.
Cool. Then that's my full turn.
Okay. Yeah, because you can't move. You use.
Steady aim.
Yeah.
And I can't do
Turn
anything
well
with-
spent, though.
Yeah, I can't do anything with my bonus action.
And Blaine suck.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
Oh, bonus action was steady aim.
Ogudar, it is now your go. What would you like to do as you finally get a turn?
Yeah. Well, I got to turn. This is just my second turn.
Yeah.
Out of 3. He's gonna rage again and put that psychic shield back across himself as he's ready to fight now, and a little bit more wary of the psychic dog now that he knows the first one that he ever fought went down pretty easily, and it seems to be that he was a little lucky on that one.
You landed some very good attacks, did some very good damage, and got an opportunity attack on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have 30 feet. Would that get me to the big thing that's lumbering in?
I believe that it would.
Are you
Aw.
raging again now?
Oh yeah, he's raged. He's raged. I wanna move
Especially
me
after
first and then
seeing,
try to get that on him.
especially after seeing disappeared by one of these enemies.
Literally can't.
Oh, he doesn't know that his bestie is gone yet. That happened
Where are you
behind him.
going?
Yeah.
To that purple thing. That thing.
Oh, he's rushing.
I'm running in.
buddy.
And then I gotta turn on my rage again. Where is that? So that tells me all the things that I need to know about that.
I know you get a damage bonus, and it mostly just gives you resistances.
Yeah, but it adds it all for me, so I don't have to think about it.
Oh, I got you.
Then I'm gonna
Less Blaine.
Yeah, less Blaine. Then I'm gonna reckless attack this thing with my short sword. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is definitely going to hit. As you rush forward, the creature almost begins to salivate, seeing its prey coming to it. And you drive your blade into its chest.
10 piercing damage. No, like if it's salivating, I'm right into its mouth. I'm like,
Okay.
you're not getting
Like this. You see the blade pierce
Through all
out the
them
back
tongues.
of the brain that runs down its entire spine. And as you pull it back out, sort of viscous.
Hate that term
I
every
know,
time you
like,
use it.
I don't know what to do, and then I'm like,
It's like blood mixed with spittle. It's like that
Yeah.
slight
Yeah.
orange color that oozes out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then he's gonna,
You're welcome.
equally disgusted by it, he's gonna bring his other hand down with his scimitar across the front of this thing
Okay.
Homophobic.
for a 19 to hit.
19 also hits.
And now I learned something whenever your great axe thing I've been adding damage I shouldn't be adding to this. So that is just 4 slashing damage.
Okay. You've been adding your modifier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should not be. I did not realize that.
Just keep adding it. It's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Never would have known, Sam.
I know, but I'm
It
gonna
wouldn't have
be
been that bad
honest.
of an offense if you weren't also rolling really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been
yeah.
keep rolling max damage.
Well, yeah, I'm rolling like 5s and 6s. That was a 4.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you doing anything else as you slash across the opening that you
No,
assume
that
is
was-
this creature's
That was
mouth?
action, bonus action, and move. I am done.
Okay. It is now the humanoids' turns. One of them is going to move towards Wisp.
Moongoose just asked, after being a member for 14 months, how many points do I need to submit for Alex to say viscous in Bramble's voice?
You don't need to spend any points, my vivaciously viscous friend. I do that for free.
So when he normally said it, that didn't bother me. The Bramble voice is what.
Thank you, Moon Goose, for that moment. I really enjoyed that. I loved Bramble voice. As this humanoid approaches you, Wisp, they are going to swing with their longsword. Does a 17 hit?
Morgan.
Wisp.
17.
Oh. I was asking Ashley what product she uses in her hair. It looks so good tonight. Yeah, it is.
And the other was, I think, an 11.
That does not.
Yeah. So one of the attacks lands as they rush past Tilda, catching you by surprise. Your sure-footedness from your previous attack leaves you vulnerable as they strike across your leather armor, piercing just below it and cutting across your shoulder. You are going to take 7 points of damage from that. The second attack, however, you are able to deflect with your rapier as you have it ready. The other soldier is going to continue to attack you, Tilda. That is super low, a 5 on the die. That's not going to hit.
Nope.
But it's a 22.
No.
Interesting.
Remember, it's a range. It has to be within a certain range.
Right.
It's high, and it's just
Bounces
I overshot
off.
it.
yeah, bounces off and goes right back to you.
I would say as the first attack lands, it gets caught in between two parts of your splint armor. And as you shift to allow it free, it almost like slashes across in that gap. And you are going to take 7 points of damage from it.
I'm so happy Freddie came sit on my feet because they were cold.
As we now move to... Oh, sorry, Tilda, you were actually supposed to go first. That's my bad. You're supposed to go before the soldiers. It is your go. It's because they're... So the soldiers, or the soldier stat block that I'm using has no picture. And
neither
Tilda
does Tilda.
also has no picture, so I'm just seeing...
Well,
Oh, there's
if
not.
she had moved, he would have taken a attack of opportunity anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fine. I'm going after his head right now. The green.
Okay, get him.
I'm killing that inner brain.
15.
15 just misses.
Oh.
As you clang off of a shiny helmet that isn't the one Grim Reaper gifted you guys.
That is it.
Devastating.
That is a pretty feels bad moment. But you dealt a lot of damage last turn.
Yeah.
You do also have action surge. If you wanted to just do it again.
Yeah. Do it again.
Do I?
Yeah. You would have rested since our last session.
Just go to features and traits. It's easier to find like that there. Yeah. Oh no, that's your second wind.
Action surge, I think, is under action.
Yeah, he said you would have it back, so you can.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have. Okay.
You definitely would.
All right. Well, then I'm swinging again.
Do it again. You know that their AC
face.
is 16 now.
Ah.
Is that cocked?
24.
It's a 19 on that.
Okay.
Yep, not within the range actually.
That's it.
It goes both ways.
Too high.
Yeah, we deserve that one.
Could you imagine?
8.
8 points of damage total. As you land your attack with your... Now, you were supposed to go first. And that other person would have still been in range. Or cleave. So go ahead and make an
Another
attack roll on them
the
too.
other one, too.
That's the wrong...
No, that was right.
Oh,
That
no,
was the
sorry.
Right one.
You seeing the other.
You have a reaction to take a different dice roll from chat if you would not like to take the
We're
tab.
min-maxing the crap out of this turn.
Just because that's a nat 1, like we know that's gonna miss.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't feel like it's worth taking.
What do you have? You have a plus what?
I can still add it.
Yeah. You have a plus 5.
Oh, yeah,
So
plus
you
5.
can take the 12 and still
Yeah.
hit.
Yep.
All right. As you swing through, connecting once again with your great axe on the second individual, cleaving through the first, you hear one of them speak to you. You blink too much. Let me fix that.
Cut its eyes out.
Dude, for real.
That's cocked.
That's good. 6.
6 points of damage on this other one. Both of them are looking quite rough. They're both bloodied, but he was able to maneuver into that position.
Still.
As you end your turn, we now move to the big creature's turn. At the top of initiative.
Let's see what it's got.
As you pull your blade out from its mouth and slash across the space where these tentacles now writhe, you see it open wide, agape, and instead of attempting to bite you, you just hear a deep bellow that resonates your bones, shaking your ribs and rattling your brain. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh.
Someone
That's a
broke.
plus 0.
Which one?
The one on John.
I'm going to take.
You learned from last time.
Yeah. That I'm going to take a
I just
5
pulled
from
it
the
up.
chat for a dirty 20.
Okay, with a dirty 20, you are able to stave off most of the effects, but you're still going to take 4 points of psychic damage.
2 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, only 2.
As that same psychic energy warbles off of his little psychic shield that he's created.
See the creature sort of like reposition itself as it almost is assessing your position and looking for a different angle of approach as it
Yo.
it is now Ur's turn. I am rolling saves for you to see if you come back with a single hit point.
Oh, okay.
Just out of curiosity, what are you thinking about in your unconscious state?
Initially, it would probably be like, oh, this is what happens whenever, we're in that like weird shadow form, and then we get pulled back. Like it still hurts us, but like I'm away from the danger. And then I'll probably flash back to seeing Og incapacitated and hurt. And I don't know if he would start to panic, but I would definitely start trying to like. I know I have a healer's kit and I'm the only one that could probably do that from my understanding. So I would be trying to like will myself back to that location, even with a single hit point, to try to like heal him as much as I could.
I understand.
That would be the main focus.
As your mind draws towards the healer's kit, you do feel a hand upon you as that healer's kit is being utilized to your aid. Amar, of course, does have military training and is able to administer at least some first aid. So you are going to regain. It allows you to re-roll a hit die. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's a single hit die.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's trying to bring you back.
And they're a D6. I have a dumb question. How do you know what your hit die
Go to short rest.
As
Click the short
a
rest
sorcerer,
button.
it's a D6.
If you click the short rest button, it'll
Oh.
show you.
Play.
Yeah.
6. Whee! As you are shaken awake, you feel a tension in your heart, but there is a pounding dizziness in your head that is making it hard for you to focus now that you've regained consciousness. But you are up. Wisp, it is your go. Ogudar, you're on deck.
The chat is mentioning they would like to see the list of all of your chaos events that have never triggered. Be something you should
Okay.
start providing them.
I definitely can, and I think I've alluded to it several times before. I've been very busy with trying to get Chat Plays D&D more efficient, coding that stuff in my free time. But I have an idea more specifically on a more collaborative way for you guys to construct chaos from chat instead of it just being one massive point total. I'm hoping, since we're taking this Wednesday off, that I'll have some time to do some catch-up work on our homebrew pamphlets, as well as this new chaos implementation, and maybe we'll get to see a lot more chaos happening more often. Yeah. Look forward to that.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I don't know if I should.
Hey, sometimes it's good.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm gonna steady aim, so I have sneak attack.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use my dagger because I could attack twice in the same turn and not have to use my bonus action.
Sure.
25 to hit.
25 definitely hits.
5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And
And
then
how much with the sneak attack? Well, technically, I think you can choose to sneak attack or not sneak attack, right?
yeah,
Or is it just? I think it just says once on your turns.
yeah.
So let's play this out. As you drive the dagger in, before you twist the knife to deal your extra sneak attack damage, you see that 5 does enough, and erupting from the enlarged cranium
I had
of
a
this
feeling
humanoid
that might happen.
is another Blaine.
Yeah, I had a feeling that might happen. So I'm gonna attack him. Do I?
Oh, the steady aim only gives you the 1.
Well, no. This is the dagger.
Yeah, the dagger has Nick, not Vex.
Correct.
So you would still be at disadvantage.
Okay.
On the second attack.
That's fine.
So you would have lost your sneak attack either way.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine. I was, just.
I was trying to help you out,
I
and
know
then
it's
the finagling
fine.
didn't
I
work.
mean, it was 8 more points, but it wouldn't have mattered because he was dead anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was a nat 20, and then it rolled to it too,
I'm sorry.
and it's at disadvantage.
Yeah.
So that's 2 plus 6, so that's an 8. And then
that'd-
I would like to take 5,
Okay.
so that will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to hit.
13 does hit. These creatures are very much unarmored, exposed, and fleshy.
5 more points of piercing damage.
5 more points of piercing damage. As you wait for the moment this brain erupts from the cranium of the human you just felled. As it jumps into the air, you drive your dagger into it and then slam it onto the ground. It skitters as it sort of inverts its legs. And you see it pulse as it whispers in your mind, I wonder what your final thought will be. Is it the one you're having right now?
Creepy.
Yeah. Og, it is now your go. What would you like to do?
Og is keeping this big thing engaged over here as best he can. So he's gonna reckless attack on this thing again with his short sword.
Reckless attack.
That may not be enough.
Did you message your friend? Are they okay?
Let's see. Wait, how does this? I need to see how things work real quick before I decide if I'm taking anything. Just you take an action with. Okay. So I think that's gonna miss with a 14.
14. You taking it?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
Exactly hits.
Okay, I was gonna say. I'm saving my reaction.
I'm testing you out. I'm like,
Because this then gives me advantage on my next hit too, and is the one I get
really
to
hard
add my
to read
stuff
your
on.
face just now.
I knew what he
I
was.
want you to know that it almost tilted to a 1. You were almost saved, but it is 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh, once again,
Yeah.
11 points of piercing damage. You know where the weak spot of this creature is, and its mouth is agape from its last attack, so it is even easier to drive the blade deep.
Yeah, I like to think this time he's poking it in one of the tentacles.
Nice.
And then using that one tentacle that he's poked, he's going to try to slash it off with a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. As you bring your scimitar to bear, attempting to chop off this writhing appendage.
5 points of slashing damage.
5 points of slashing damage. You don't quite hack through it, but you definitely immobilize that tentacle as it now hangs limply off of the face of this terrible creature.
And I always forget this. Neither of my allies are within 10 feet of me, right?
Yeah, they're not within 10.
Okay.
I meant like 15 feet, I think.
Yeah. If you're within 10, I can give you guys 10 hit points at the start of my turn, but I can't. So
It is now the Intellect Devourer's turn.
The Bwayne or the big guy?
Bwayne. The Bwayne is going to have you make an intelligence saving throw.
you do not want to fail this.
In case anyone
Oh, you do?
is wondering, we say Bwayne this way because of their uncle.
Yeah. My sweet uncle has Down syndrome, and we have a lot of phrases in the family from him. He's an absolute champion.
When you're saying something that he thinks is dumb, he says Bwayne.
Yeah.
That's a 13 against the Bwayne.
He also says, "Don't what about?"
What about?
As this high-pitched whine ripples through your head, off the heels of that unsettling question that it asked you earlier, you feel your body beginning to tense and lock, but you will yourself through it, knowing that if you fall here, you will end up like and leave your friends behind. So
Make the save?
you do make the save.
Oh my
Do not
god,
take any
that was a
damage.
lot of words to say you made the save.
Yeah, well, I got to make you feel like really it was close. So
No, you almost did.
it was very close.
So the save is a 12.
Tilda, it is now your go. I did not forget to put you first this time. What would you like to do? You have one Bwayne nearby, not quite within range, and then you have the.
I don't know,
human
her
next to you.
axe is pretty long.
He got reach on that thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really just want to kick him. No.
Well, if you hit him, you might be able to cleave.
No, because they're not within 5
They're
feet.
not.
Yeah, it moved out.
Yeah, I'm going after the soldier. I'm
Okay.
staying right there.
Yikes.
I mean,
I think we know that misses, so that's up to you.
You want a reaction? Take a roll. You certainly can. You do not have to.
I don't think. I think.
To the big boy or
No,
the
we don't
little
have that
ones?
5 anymore. If you refresh.
I won't metagame. I did mention it earlier.
Yeah, I
It's up to you
think.
guys to remember.
Oh, the big boys or the people?
people.
the
people.
soldier. I think it was
16.
17.
You're conscious now, so
Yeah.
you can share that information.
It's 16, so
15 just
Yeah,
you
so I
have
was
to
gonna
take
take
the
the-
7. Or you take the 12 or the
I can
7.
take the 12.
Yeah, 12 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, a 15 just missed earlier is what he said. So it has to be
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
What's the total?
17.
That hits.
16.
As you connect with your axe, this human appears to be on their last leg, quite literally.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot of blood. You might be able to put the final nail in the coffin.
Woo-hoo! Almost.
15.
That will definitely do it.
Yes.
As you connect with your great axe, the enemy is split in two as their body tumbles onto the ground.
Yeah.
A
Could
brain.
you cleave into the brain?
She definitely did.
No, because it's the same creature.
Yeah, no, I know.
So as the body splits, instead of erupting from the noggin, you actually see it like crawl out through the bottom.
That tells me he's separate. That tells me I'm just like. By the time that I've gotten that far down before I hit the ground,
He sees the axe coming down and he's like, oh, I got to get out of here.
He exits the
Starts
asshole.
tunneling down.
Yeah.
exit through ass.
Like that scene in Bruce Almighty.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Meaning.
So,
And then-
whenever you said ETA, I thought you were going to say
Quick
EA,
bonus
and I was
action?
like, challenge every.
So you can do that. You be hurting.
It is now the big creature's
Wait,
turn.
hang
She's
on.
got a bonus action still.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, you can second win.
yeah.
oh, a second win.
Yeah, I noticed that whenever we were looking at your action surge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Turn the AC warmer.
Yeah, it's always hard to know what you mean whenever you say up or down on an
Yeah.
AC.
So it would be 7 plus 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that a
So you
D20 or a
heal for
D12?
11.
D10.
D10.
10. Okay. I was like, I see a D12 over there. So if you meant to roll a D12.
It is now the big creature's turn, staring down Ogudar, who just reckless attacked, and instead of using its enlarged or its bellow, it is going to try and bite you, and it's going to do so at advantage.
Oh,
Try it.
don't tempt me.
I'm raging now.
Well, that's an 18 and a 19 on the die, so I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yep.
You're going to take 11 points of piercing damage.
5.
As the remaining tentacles do wrap around you, and out of this toothless mouth, it almost like teeth sort of swell out as they pincer into you.
You are pushing Caleb.
I know. Holding you in place, it now makes 2 claw attacks on you at advantage. Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
And higher than that. So
No.
you're going to take 4 points on each of those attacks for a total of 8, half to 4 for you, I believe. Slashing damage. As the creature releases you, you see your own blood now dripping from its open maw.
I am bloodied now.
It is your go. You are miles away.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Mention door. No, I'm trying-
Greater teleportation.
Word of recall.
A summon Drazon.
Hello, just out here.
For all of your teleportation needs.
Drazon's like, I can't do that.
That's not fucking born yet.
I'm not adding another thing to the list.
I'm gonna still continue to try to like will myself back over there.
Yeah, you haven't done that on
So-
purpose before.
As you have attempted now, last turn and this turn, to will yourself back to your allies, you can still hear them in your head.
Yeah.
As they struggle against this foe, you can hear some rather unsettling sounds as well.
Belching.
And you begin to realize that this may only be something that you're able to do every so often, as in once per day. However, because I realize how not fun it is to just sit on the outside of it, roll a d20, make an Arcana check. The DC is very high, but there is a chance that you can will yourself back into this.
Hey guys, if that's the rule to will ourselves back into things, if Og ever goes down as an apparition, he ain't never coming back.
That is not happening.
If I don't do this, the
one
only other thing I
Arcana.
would be doing is I would probably be trying to find Og at this point in the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing nothing. Don't worry about it.
Your thoughts are scattered and distracted, especially with all of the sounds that you're hearing. It's very unsettling and makes it hard to focus. As we pass your turn, we move on to Wisp. Og, you're on deck.
You keep hearing Og go, ooh, viscous. Oh, so viscous.
Stop saying that. I'm trying to focus and get back to you.
Viscous, voluptuous,
Oh.
vivacious.
No, stop it.
All right, I'm going after the brain with my rapier.
Get him.
Go on, get him.
I have
It is disadvantage, unfortunately, unless you bonus action.
I want to be able to move.
Okay. How bad do you want to move?
Well,
Well, you have a reaction.
13 to hit.
13 hits as you drive your rapier into this creature that has
Would a
said some
10
very
have
unsettling
hit?
things. No. I shouldn't have told you that, but I did. There it is.
That is
I mean, usually the base for an
9
AC is 10.
points
So.
of piercing damage.
As you drive your rapier into this Blaine, it doesn't have eyes, but you feel as though its eyes are upon you. As you then hear in your head, it sort of motions towards the body that you felled previous.
Mhm.
I bet this body knew you. Probably hoped you'd save them.
I need to roll a save.
No, they're just being creepy.
Morgan needs to roll a save.
I mean, like,
Okay,
Wisp.
Is chill.
for the record, I thought of some really fucked up things for these things to say.
Yeah.
You've not heard the most fucked up, and I'm not going to say them.
I'm glad you.
This is me reining it in.
Good.
You're
fragile.
Me too.
Can't hit with my bonus action. Let me see what else I can do for my bonus.
I'm not trying to traumatize anybody for real.
Why can't you hit it with your bonus action?
Because I use something that doesn't let me do any of that.
She used a rapier.
Is rapier not a light weapon?
It has to be.
It has Vex.
Yeah, it has to be light, and it's not light.
It
You're
has
correct.
Vex, not Nick.
No, it doesn't need Nick. It just needs to be a light weapon.
Yeah, it's not light. Though.
Okay.
It's finesse.
Okay.
That's why it works with sneak
Yes,
attack.
it's finesse.
Are you doing anything else? Okay.
You gonna move? Because you said you wanted to be able to move still. If you skirt around the brain, I think you'll be
I
within
can
10 feet of me.
disengage. I just.
You can.
So that I can give you 10 hit points at least.
Yeah,
That's a good
I'll
point.
disengage and at least go here.
Okay. As you move away from the brain, especially after hearing that unsettling phrase from it, you position yourself near Og, who looks like he could use some backup against this enormous creature, but it is now your go. What would you like to do, Og?
I started my turn. I give you some things, but it doesn't say it anywhere where it's easy to see exactly what I roll. I get to give
Thanks, D&D
2d6.
Beyond.
D6 temp.
Temp hit points.
Temporary tit points.
6 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
Is it some of that psychic energy from Og moves across back to his friend and ally. Then yeah, he's gonna reckless attack this thing with his rapier again, being like pinned by this guy. He's like, you're stuck in here with me, as he stabs at it with his rapier. 22 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
That was a reckless attack. That is 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I do it again, but with my scimitar this time. Do it. Another 22.
That hits.
Keep rolling 17.
You said the first one was not reckless, correct?
It was reckless.
It was. Okay. Sorry.
They're all reckless.
And then 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I'm not actually grappled by this thing, right? Or anything?
No, you were not.
Okay.
That was just flavor.
Then I'm going to bonus action, trying to, fancy feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna bonus action dash.
Okay.
But not actually moving, but as he's doing this fancy movement, the psychic energy swells around him again, and I get 2 temp hit
Oh,
points.
so you take the dash, but you're not.
But I'm not
moving.
actually moving anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. So he's just trying to be harder to hit this thing as he's moving around really fast, cutting at him.
Might as well.
Cena.
Yeah. I mean, it gives me tip hit points, so it's the only healing I can do.
With that, it is now the Intellect Devourer's turns. The one nearest to you, Wisp, is going to rush around, and you need to make an int save.
You're really gross. Have you looked at him up close?
I see,
She said, I've seen enough.
There's a couple others I'm not using if you want to check them out.
They look like a Thanksgiving turkey with legs.
I need an
yes, they do.
It looks like both ends are the butt.
honestly, easiest mini in the world to paint.
I need to hold this up for y'all to see.
You look like boats and just
Not.
two.
I mean, if it didn't have toes,
You
you,
gotta
wouldn't
cover
know
your
which
face
end
or
is
it's
the
not
butt.
gonna autofocus.
You got to do
There you go.
the
YouTuber.
yeah the guru thing. Yeah.
As both of those
Devourer.
as both of those creatures close on Wisp and Tilda, I need both of you to make intelligence saving throws.
We know 13 saves.
What about a 4? 7.
You don't want to fail
Up
this.
to
I don't
you.
want to fail this. I don't want to fail this.
Are you positive?
I don't have a reaction.
You do
'cause I
not.
used it on my turn.
Oh no.
So anxious.
Oh,
I haven't even dropped the dice yet.
7.
You have.
my 80
Oh,
is-
She used her reaction too.
Oh no! I'm about to be alone.
I cannot make myself drop it.
Reroll that.
I don't even know what dice.
No, it's
I don't know what
landed. Do
dice
not
roll.
re-roll that. What is it?
Oh, it's not gonna do it.
7.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay, both of you got 7s.
You got 7?
Both of
Together is
you.
a 14. I mean,
And I mean, we are
connected.
Connected.
Oh, that
We're
is
connected
true.
in the brain.
That's true. So, should I double the psychic damage you take then?
I would be okay with you doubling the damage if I don't get kicked out of this plane.
Yeah, no dice. I'm sorry.
I was like,
wait, he's thinking about it. Hold on.
You like will yourself to stay there and like yeah.
No.
Wisp.
Pop all the blood
Hilda.
vessels in my eyes.
As this psychic resonance reverberates through your mind, you each take 11 points of psychic damage and become stunned, thusly incapacitated as your echoes
That's why I said you don't
begin
wanna fail
to disappear. You see nothing. And before your eyes open, you catch another fleeting glimpse of the enemy that has done this to you from afar. Not one of these small brain-like creatures, but a massive, writhing brain with tentacles hovering above a shallow pool. You imagine this is the voice that spoke to you, but it will do you no good as your eyes shoot open back at the quarry.
We're together.
Yeah. So we get zapped out together.
That's good.
Ilsavel's just like, what the fuck?
Og, before it gets back to your turn, it is the turn of the large creature
You
once
just-
more.
You just let him hit you. You can just.
They get
Oh, you're real.
Yes, I'm
Oh.
real. You guys came to me.
I was about to be like, you could go back from where you
I
came.
know you're like,
You
what?
could run.
You're like, what is there to lose? Like, just
Yeah, just go back from whence you came.
Not only could you run, but should you run? The creature in front of you does get its attack back. Its mind blast, and it opens its maw as you are still wrapped by the tentacles somewhat. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You know what, Alec? You make.
Guess
a
who
wisdom.
saved his
yeah.
reaction?
okay.
So look, for the record, guys, probably a good thing that you bamfed out of there because those intellect devourers can take over your body if you're incapacitated.
Even as spoopy ghosties.
Well, no, but
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, it's a good thing that you were echoes.
Yep, I'm doing it.
Yep.
19.
So if-
19 definitely saves. You are going to take 4 points of psychic damage. Two, that's your
goes-
10 HP, I believe.
Yeah, it's
gone.
gone.
Hesitated, they take over his body because he can't go anywhere.
He's real.
I'm
Where
a real
the fuck
boy.
is this? How do we get there?
He's in the Underdark somewhere, in a place called Mirror Ridge.
As you
My notes.
feel this reverberation subside, you turn to check on your allies and you see no one. You see only 2 more of these intellect devourers moving your
Stay in our
direction.
heads. Sorry.
As the creature at your front is not bloodied yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Og turning around, seeing no one, would call out, because in my mind, he never looked back. He doesn't even know that had left.
He's like, oh shit!
Yeah, so he's like, guys, I think we. He's like,
Get out of here.
and like again, trusting he's gonna turn. Bonus action, and full movement. That's 90 feet. He doesn't care if he takes an attack of opportunity
Yeah.
from this thing.
You are going to take, and you can split the other 2 so you don't take from them.
Well, could I not? Because I was going this way, wasn't I?
We're going the other way.
Okay, yeah, then he'll run
Yeah.
back this way.
Oh, they came from behind him?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm glad we were
Oh,
all
was
under that
he
same
in the
roof.
first
I'm like-
tavern?
I know, I can't
no,
reach
yeah.
out further.
No, sorry. This creature, I guess you would be going that direction. You're right.
That's what I
Sorry.
thought, but no,
Yeah.
you're good. So just that one creature that I'm making.
Yeah.
I'm 90 feet away, so
Yeah. How many of those dashes do you have?
that was the last one. So then I'll just be doing 60 from here on
Okay.
with an action dash.
You better pray.
But I am 90 feet from it.
Creature is going to hit you with its bite attack as you leave its range with a 22 to hit. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
After 5.
After 5. And as you continue to rush at full speed, you see the creature turn now and begin to rush after you at a startling pace.
Yikes.
Make an insight check.
Let me see something real quick.
We both failed with a 7.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Connected.
That's it. That's it. Now that we met, we're together in person. It's just.
I mean, we had a connection. We were in
Is
love.
it insight check?
I mean,
Our characters are in love. During Pride Month.
did you see the D&D
Okay.
logo?
Yeah, it's so cute.
Uh,
Change it every year.
Tie-dye.
You would estimate that this creature has a slightly faster movement speed than you.
Yeah.
And thusly will gain on you.
Okay.
And your best option might be to try and hide yourself or potentially potentially bar the way.
Oh, okay.
That-
Yeah. So as he looks back, I mean, he's looking for any loose rocks on the wall to like pull down as he's running past him, like onto the ground.
Yeah.
And as soon as he like gets into an open court, because like he's in a hallway, right? So like he can't really hide in a hallway. But as soon as he gets into like somewhere open or like a split path where he can hide, he's gonna do his best to like cover his tracks or like hide somewhere in a big opening.
Stone shape into the wall.
I don't know what he's gonna get into, but seeing that and realizing like, okay, I can't outrun this thing. I have to outsmart it. He's like, Wayne. So yeah, he's gonna. That's his option.
I, as Alex, will remind Sam.
Yeah.
That you do have a very nice shiny walking stick.
Oh, I know.
In case you want to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
So-
the walking stick?
Well, I want to know.
Movable rod.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I want to know if I have any thing that I can do that with first before I get to that.
Totally understand. As you rush down the way, trying to obstruct the path as best you can, you maneuver back into. You maneuver past the small tunnel that you've been traversing thus far into a slightly larger opening. You find a cleft in the rock that will be big enough for you to hide yourself in. Make a stealth check. And I will say that in this dire moment, your mind is brought to the stealthiest person that you know.
Yeah.
Wisp, do you have any advice to give Og on how to be stealthy?
You might hear in your head, Og is like, I gotta hide. As he's like running through this thing.
Come one with the shadows. Stay close to the walls.
Okay.
Put your
He
weapons on your body so they don't make sound.
So in my mind, he still doesn't know what this rod is. So what he's gonna do, that cleft that he
Throw
sees,
it at his throat.
he's gonna run past it, jump backwards, and try to like jam the rod like in the cleft so he can stand on top of it so his feet look like they're still going forward, and like accidentally press the button to lock the rod in place so that he
Okay.
can stand on top of it and hide in that
Okay.
little cleft.
make a stealth check with advantage. But you're gonna add Wisp's modifier.
Okay.
So when I'm raging,
Oh, unless you don't want to.
I don't. What is your modifier for stealth? Let's
8.
figure that out. Yep, I'm adding hers.
I thought it might be.
Just wanted to make sure.
Figured you'd want it.
That's it.
Yikes.
Anything.
So I'm assuming this would be a new turn that I'm doing this on.
Yeah, you
I
got
have my
your reaction back. I'll allow it.
With advantage?
GM.
Oh no.
And a plus
I mean,
8.
Yours is a +8, so I'm like at 15 right now. I just really don't want this thing to see me. Like, that's the problem. So I'm probably just going to take like a 3 to get it to an 18.
Yeah,
just
that's good.
just to be extra sure.
Okay.
What's that one spell called in the shadows? Do that.
Pass without a trace?
Yeah, that
No.
one. Do that.
In the shadows. I was like, what?
Shadows.
You perch yourself high enough up on the wall that you imagine even if the smaller creatures were to spy you, they may not be able to reach you.
Mhm.
And as you sit and wait, the lumbering creature rushes past, moving further into the dark, not having spied you in your spot, but following its tail. The 2 intellect devourers move out of the cavern, and without missing a beat, you feel this high-pitched whine once again in your head and look down towards them as they now look up.
Smash 'em.
they appear to be able to detect the intellect of intelligent creatures within a certain range.
But like, what
Not
is
seen by
intelligence?
that Og
conventional-
That's
They
stupid.
do not see well, he has it has to be intelligence above 3.
I know.
That's what it says.
I know.
So, how far has the big guy gotten now that they're here?
I would say that because they are dashing, they're going to be, let's see, it would have been, how far are they here? They're about 30 feet ahead. They ran
They're 30 feet
80.
behind him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ran 80. They would have run 60, so that's an extra 20, 50. It'd be about 70 feet of difference. 70 feet past by the time the smaller creatures see you.
After it's taken its turn to get past me.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then he's gonna drop down. Probably realizing that he needs to kill these things and then run.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try to loose the rod, accidentally pressing the button and feeling the depression and like be like, "Oh shit! That's how this thing works."
All on top of them.
Yeah, and then he's gonna make attacks on the devourers,
Okay.
the little guys.
And then run back the other way.
And look, for the sake of having a visual, we're going to reverse the map a little bit and say it's
Yeah.
like right here.
They're there, and he's where he is still.
Yeah. Probably a little further, huh?
Well, he's running this way.
Oh, I thought we were gonna. Okay, I see.
Yeah, we're just reversing it.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna make.
So the big guy passed him up.
Yeah,
He looks weird.
because it can't detect.
Yeah. I'm gonna make an attack on one of these little guys.
You are probably not still
You
raging.
can see the one that is bloodied. If you would like to attack that one first.
You heard me?
Yeah.
Your rage has dropped for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I have an extra. I have another rage. I can bump that back up. I'm just trying to figure out if I want a reckless attack or not.
All of you are hearing heavy breathing.
Yeah. I'd actually like to attack the one that's not bloodied.
Okay.
Actually, and I am gonna reckless attack it.
Okay.
Jeez, almost crit it. For almost a crit, a 19 plus 5.
That definitely hits.
And then 10 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and I have advantage on it, which
Yep.
is why I wanted to attack that one, just to make sure I didn't kill it with that. That was shit. I just picked it up. Does a 5 plus. I don't think that's gonna hit. 5 plus 6, 11.
11. Are you asking? Officially?
Yeah, because I don't want to. I need my reaction to make those saves.
11 does not
Yeah.
hit. Just barely misses as the creature dives, tucks, and rolls out of the way.
And
Your second
then
attack.
I'm gonna use my movement to give myself some extra space at the sake of some extra hits. I think so. So I'm gonna move back
Okay.
30 feet.
As you move out of range, we'll say you're only in range of the one you were attacking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is going to make an opportunity attack on you. And in this case, instead of... Because I don't think it can do a saving throw attack. It's got to make an actual physical attack. It is just going to try and claw you. That is at advantage.
Oh my god.
That's a nat 20. You're going to take 12 points of slashing damage from this claw attack.
Half to 6.
Okay.
And
As you
that's it.
round the corner and reposition yourself, are you doing anything else?
Wait. I forgot. If I just had to re-rage, then I would have gotten 4 temp hit points, which is important. But
It's
then
not nothing.
Now I take the 6. Okay. Okay. That's it.
Okay. In that case, we now move to the 2 Intellect Devourers' turns. This one is going to be able to close on you and force you to make an int save. This one does not quite make it.
Okay. Hit save. I'm using like everything. I have to take a We know a 13 saves, so I'm gonna take that. I get a 13.
Okay. You are able to stave off the ill effects of this Intellect Devourer's brain drain as you are able to resist it. You don't take any damage. You wait for just a beat as you look towards the opposite end of the cavern, wondering if the same lumbering creature is going to chase back in your direction. I'm going to have it make a perception check. Depending on what it rolls, it may or it may not. That is a 2.
Ooh.
It continues to rush in the other
From
direction.
a nat 20, though.
Not quite out of the woods yet, but that is good.
Og, it is your go. What would you
Okay.
like to do?
The one in front, the one that just attacked me is the bloodied one, right? From earlier?
No,
That's the one you had just.
That's
that's
the one
I
you
had
hit.
attacked.
That was at
Okay.
full.
Okay.
The one right behind it is bloodied.
Yeah, I'm gonna reckless attack it. Nat 20! Ha!
Yeah.
Okay.
Bacon and vodka. Thank you. We need all the help we can get.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna roll 2 dice. For 11 points of piercing damage.
11 does not quite bring this Intellect Devourer down.
That's fine. I'm gonna bring my scimitar down on it.
I was about to take it off the map. I thought it was
That's
dead.
another 11.
11, unfortunately, does not hit. As you bring your scimitar down towards the creature, it has seen your attack patterns. It is smarter than it looks, and it dodges out of the way as your scimitar hits stone beneath it.
I'm gonna keep moving.
Okay.
Back. Yeah.
This is that first encounter in Baldur's Gate 3 where those like
So I know it's gonna take an attack.
they are like deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Intellect Devourers are ridiculous.
They're assholes.
Noble assholes.
Right.
Yeah, both ends.
I just rolled 2 5s with the advantage that it gets, so it is going to miss you
Okay.
as you rush into the corridor from whence you came, hoping to lose these creatures. It is now their turns.
I'm imagining the big guy's like, ooh.
Where my friends go?
This one circles around the corner and forces you to make an int save.
I have to take one of the nat 20s.
So he passes.
I pass.
That's all we have left.
Oh yeah, draining
Chat.
those rolls.
Hey, chat, I would never directly ask you, but like maybe a couple of 20s
Oh.
would help us right now.
You see this creature attempting to penetrate your mind, and you were able to stave off any ill effects. But you're somewhat distracted as you're waiting for the second Intellect Devourer to round the corner, and they never come.
Yep.
And at first you're elated,
Nope.
Then-
I'm never elated.
but then you begin to worry
Yep.
because they may be going to get help.
Yep.
It is now your go. What would you like to do?
I'm reckless attacking the thing in front of me.
Okay.
Bacon and vodka. Thank you for the chat roll.
17 to hit that one.
17 does hit.
10 points of piercing.
10 does the deed as you finally are able to bring down this brain dog. Much harder to fight than the first one you encountered. You are left alone, but for how long you're
I'm
not
rushing.
sure.
I'm rushing after the brain dog that left
Okay.
because I know that's kind of the way I need
This
to
one
go
would be-
anyway.
30.
I have nothing ranged.
You could throw something.
As you round the corner, you are able to see it rushing in the opposite direction, perhaps attempting to chase after the larger creature that left you.
Yeah.
We'll say it is their turn now. They now action dash. They're going to be out of there. And I'm going to say that as you are
This-
left
Oh yeah. I don't know if
uncomfortably alone
Yeah.
in this hallway, the way you need to move,
That's the way these things went.
overrun by the creatures that nearly felled you and incapacitated your allies. That is where we will leave
Oh my
our
God.
session for
oh
tonight.
my god.
Whew. So we haven't lost any characters yet, but it could definitely happen. Things are getting tense.
Like, damn.
But I think we got to call it here for the night. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us on a Saturday. Make sure to come hang out with us on Monday as well for our Chat Plays D&D Episode 4, Depths of Nerethus. We are going to be taking a week off from our Wednesday night streams, but this is a monthly stream, so catch us the next time we run it this upcoming Saturday. And until then, go out there and make some chaos. Bye!
Bye. We were late on that one.